Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Audio Addiction. Thank you for hanging. Thanks for chilling. If you're new here, thanks for hanging. Would love to see you in Discord. There is always a pinned link in the description of every video, but on top of that, on Twitch. So come watch. We do these live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So would love to see you there. We are continuing on again with our resident Wednesday choice of Boys Planet groups. We've finally moved out of pre-Boys Planet groups, and now we are moving into post-Boy Planet groups. So very excited about that. We are a couple more away, I think, from completing this, which is probably the most insane task I've been tasked with since doing YouTube and doing Twitch, in terms of K-pop music. So I'm feeling accomplished. I'm feeling good, So definitely stoked. If you missed out on any of the other ones, I'll probably wind up compiling them all on a YouTube playlist as well. So if you're watching them on YouTube, should hopefully all be together. And just to preface, some of the stuff gets cut for copyright. So go check it out on Patreon if you want to watch the full thing without cuts. So that is it. That is my standard plug to some degree. So come join. Would love to see you in chat, or on the YouTube comments. I love seeing them. Try to read all of them if possible. Answer them as well. So come through. Sarah, hey y'all. What's going on, Sarah? Kala, hello. Gunky, hello. Thanks for hanging. Kaylee says, hello, I'm lurking today, but I'm here kind of. Hey, that's all right. Thank you, Kaylee, for pulling up. Same with you, Unhi. Hello, hello. So yeah, we're doing some more Boys Planet groups. Jazz, hello. Today we are covering Zhang, Shuaibo, Keita, OPENsi, Levy, Chen Yugeng, ONLEE, and Evnne. Very nice. Gungy says, I'm kind of lurking as well, trying to finish the show I'm watching. What show are you watching, Gunky? If you don't mind sharing with the class. So very nice. Again, massive shout outs to Sarah, as always, our resident Boys Planet knower and purveyor. So they do awesome stuff. So much love. Kella says, I might also lurk because I need to clean. Fair enough. 9 puzzles. Ooh, okay. I'll have to check it out. Sarah says, Boys Planet crazy person. Nah, listen. I respect the drive. We gotta do it. So very nice. I guess I will pull up the proverbial playlist here. As I mentioned, we are doing Zhang, Shuaibo. We are also doing Keita, which is very sick. We are doing, obviously, we've already done Zero Base 1 already. We are doing OPENsi. We're doing Levy, Chen Yugeng. We have already done Hanbin already. We're doing ONLEE and Evnne. So very nice. I'm stoked. Evnne has Keita, Park Hanbin, Lee Jonghyun, Yu Sungjun, Ji Sun Seo, or Yun Seo, excuse me, Moon Jonghyun, and Park Jio. Very nice. So appreciate it. Very nice. All right. I guess we'll get into the playlist. We are rocking. So, and yes, if you've missed if you missed out, we have been dropping a ton of lore about each other in Discord. So, if there is lore you would like to drop about me, then, or lore you would like to know about myself, then I will preferably drop it in Discord. So, anyway, very excited. It looks like the first one, and I think maybe potentially the first one for here. Zhang Shuaibo debuted as a soloist under Xiaohan Entertainment in China on May 17th of 2023. Very nice. I think this is one of his, I would imagine this is who we're listening to start the stream off with. So very excited. Kala says always here for chat lore. Hey, let's go. We'll get some good chat lore. Gungi says the first group that was my favorite group was Boys to Men. Hey, listen, Boys to Men is a classic, so that's a group to get into at first. I love to see it. So very nice. I guess we'll start off with this first one. I don't know what the name of it is, because I don't speak Chinese, but let's check it out.
天涯。
Nice. All right. This is I would guess it is Zhang Shuaibo and their song. I'm gonna try to Google translate it. Hopefully it comes close. It says "Take You Away" is the translation. So I don't know if that's correct. If you know, chat, let me know. If commenters know, let me know as well. But I like this. It's a very sweet song. I think his if we're talking about Zhang, take you take take you to escape, I think. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. I thought this is very sweet. He's got a very, I don't know, like a sweet tone, but I feel like the way that his like delivery is very like breathy and airy, but like in a good way. I think it really kind of elevates the song in kind of a light and breezy sort of feel of the song, which I feel like instrumentally also plays a large role in that as well too. So I like kind of the light and breezy sound mixed with his like light and gorgeous vocals. I think it works out really well, and I think they really play off of each other super nicely. Um, as well as that, I think probably the only thing I would have liked to hear is just like him kind of, again, this is probably hindsight because he's, you know, he's already debuted at this point. But I think it would have been nice to hear a little bit more like vocal push maybe towards the end of the song. I think that would have probably made it a little bit better for me. Now I did like it as a collective, but I think if he was able to show off maybe like a little bit more of his higher register, or like kind of punch the song a little bit more, I think vocally I think he could have definitely, like, I think it would have shocked me a little bit more, which is not bad. I feel like if you stay in the lane, it's good, but I always love a good little bit of surprise as well too. So but yeah, overall, I thought this was very nice. I would definitely go back and listen to this one again, just in terms of like the vocals and the instrumentation. But yeah, enjoyed this one. This was a good starting point. So very nice. It looks like probably the next couple are his, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna keep it moving. Let's check out the next one. Looks like Romantic Eyes, potentially.
落日染红了云彩，将美印在无际蓝海。武装着满怀期待，匆匆向你奔赴而来。思念是无声的对白，感受着心跳节拍，相遇茫茫人海，从不是意外。这份爱汹涌澎湃。当你走来，空白的世界被赋予色彩。所有崇拜是无可替代，因你而存在。银河宇宙，万物全都在你眼眸。像梦境之中，心随着你摇游。无限温柔，浪漫爱意全都在我眼眸。月飘忽不定的风，都飞来见证，别为我们而停留。
Cool little Chen section.
落日染红了云彩，将美印在无际蓝海。武装着满怀期待，匆匆向你奔赴而来。思念是无声的对白，感受着心跳节拍，相遇茫茫人海，从不是意外。这份爱汹涌澎湃。当你走来，空白的世界被赋予色彩。所有崇拜是无可替代，因你而存在。银河宇宙，万物全都在你眼眸。
I like the stacked vocals. That's cool.
梦境之中，心随着你摇游。无限温柔，浪漫爱意全都在我眼眸。月飘忽不定的风，都飞来见证，别为我们而停留。
All right. That was Shuaibo's it looks like Romantic Eyes if I'm basing it off of the album art here. I could be wrong. But this is very good. I feel like this is, yeah, it does say when I Google Translate, it looks like it also says Romantic Eyes. So could be correct. I feel like this one is definitely a step up like production wise. I feel like there's merit in both songs that I've listened to from him so far. I'm curious to obviously listen to the most current one of the three, I would imagine. But these all seem very different. The first one feels very like, I don't want to say singer-songwritery, but like comparatively, this one has like more of a like electronic beat to it. There's a lot like more like soft pad sort of pit synths going on in the song, which I really like. I felt like this song definitely to me felt like more expressive in terms of not only I feel like the vocal tones, but I also feel like range wise, we got a lot more out of him as a vocalist, which I like to hear. There was a lot of cool like stacked vocals that I appreciate throughout the song. I think a lot of the like kind of like ad libby sort of run sections I think were also more interesting and appealing. I like that little bit of like synth solo section in that like post chorus. I thought that was cool. I think like the production of the song definitely struck me a little bit more. And I feel like it kind of elevated his singing voice that much more so. So I do appreciate that contrast. Um, but I also feel like with the first song, I liked the kind of naturalness of his voice and like the like just kind of the arrangement as well. So I feel like I don't have a clear cut favorite right now. But I felt like both of the songs, including this one, I felt like was very nice. But I definitely would say like you could definitely hear an improvement and maybe just a level of confidence more so in this song than maybe in the previous one, which is I think is a massive improvement. Not only I feel like to the listener, but I feel like as himself singing, I feel like you can only hope to get better as the songs kind of come out, and I feel like that's so much good, so good to hear. So love to see it. This was good. I enjoyed this one a lot too. So also, I didn't read Gunky's comment from the previous song, but they said there's something nice about the song. Probably just reminds me of the Chinese dramas I've watched. Ooh, very nice. Connie, hello. Thank you for hanging. Appreciate you pulling up. Sarah says, I think this one is my favorite of his solo stuff. Ooh, okay. Fair enough. Andy, hello. Thanks for hanging. Callus says, nice tone. Gungi says, I like this better than the previous song. Ooh, okay. Sarah says, I think to hear him sing these new, he has improved leaps and bounds in the last 2 years. I would agree. I would agree. Like I said, I didn't really, obviously, the whole metric or reasoning behind doing the Boys Planet deep dives have just been to like learn more about obviously the show and the groups that came from the show. So I don't feel like my level of investment was particularly high, but I feel like in terms of like the members and people that have come out of the show, I think just my I guess generalized comment to it is just like there's so many talented people in like that space, right? From across different countries in Asia. I just think it is just impressive to me that there, like there's so few groups that or artists that like wind up making their way to that like echelon of like K-pop groups, right? And I think it's just like I think my whole goal is like trying to show love to the groups that are like Nugu and still very small and show love to them as much as I love larger group like larger boy groups, girl groups, all that sort of stuff. I think obviously there's levels to all of it, but I think it is important to like show the smaller artists that are like really trying to do the grassroots stuff and go out there. It's just like damn, it's so cool and also a little unfortunate certainly, but hopefully that hopefully people find out about these individual groups and members and doing all these deep dives and find stuff you like because I think supporting them is really important to the obviously continuation of music, but also to the artists themselves that put it out. I think it's incredible. So much salute to all of you. If any of the people from Boys Planet wind up watching this video by some metric, I appreciate your efforts and obviously positive affirmations for all of y'all. So Sarah says my level of investment was high enough for everyone. That is true. And also said it's sad how many of these talented people end up in Nugudam. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I think I feel extreme. I feel like not to go on a tangent, which if y'all know I do go on tangents here. I feel like for me it's always sad to see like, and I mean obviously I'm sure they do it because they want to be in a group, but like I feel bad for people that sign on to some of these shows multiple times because they really believe in getting into a group and stuff, and obviously not sad and like I feel bad for them. It's like sad like because like you have to continue to fight it out to like be a part of a group, and like the drive for their like the ability and the heart and the drive that they put into it is just so impressive, and honestly it motivates me, so it's cool to see. So um Sarah says Zhang Shuaibo himself was on 3 survival shows. That's so tough. I agree. I agree. Well, Shuaibo, if you're watching this, thank you for taking the time. So hopefully, best of luck to you in the future. But we're gonna keep on moving. The next one is another song from him as well, which potentially is his most current song. So Gungi says that's sadly true, but considering how many groups and people try to do this, do this big part of it, unfortunately, not everyone can be successful. Yeah, that is true. That is true, but it still could hope. Obviously, you want to see people win, so that's my positive affirmation for that. Sarah says this next one is Stubborn Fantasy. Okay, cool. Well, let's check it out. Nice. Okay.
用奋力模样和世界来碰撞，追寻着耀眼的那曙光，要懂得希望跟滚烫茁壮，坚定着信仰，不松绑不闯，接受缺陷，那才更特别。一口是否会有迷惘？相信你和我们不一样，放下成见，只管向前。回到最初的理想，倔强，那眼神里的光却不放，顽固的狂想，梦想会是什么模样？绝不放，就用力的闯。
All right. I love that shit.
Yeah, let's go. 你知道哪里重要？不可否我太闯，越困难越渴望，目标放更高，把我再照亮。这里的目光，
Halftime section was fun.
什么都不怕，一切都为我动摇，没有困难能将我拿下。接受缺陷，那才更特别。有一个是否会有迷惘？相信你和我们不一样，放下成见，只管向前。回到最初的理想，倔强，那眼神里的光却不放，顽固的狂想，梦想会是什么模样？绝不放，就用力的闯，要证明自己的方向挥洒，汗水和泪水写下追寻的日记，不止每个黎明，直到最后一刻不倒下。倔强，那眼神里的光却不放，顽固的狂想，梦想会是什么模样？绝不放，就用力的闯。
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. The dropout. All right. Hey, let's go. Very nice. All right. This was Zhang Shuaibo and their song, I think it was Stubborn Fantasy. Very nice. Some comments. I'm curious what people thought. Gangi says, "Oh, this is interesting. Sarah says this is so second gen. Chungi related that and said this is really second gen, old school. Agreed. Sarah says if nothing else, Shuaibo is serving on the album cover for real, for real. I was like, if I can't do it. I don't got the serve in me, but um, Sarah says this song is not my taste, but he's doing it all really well. And Kaylee says it checks all the fun noise box, not the hard hitting box. That's true. Funny noises off the charts. We checked all the damn boxes for that one. At first I didn't know if I was gonna like this one as much as I did. I came away from this and being like, I think I actually like this one a lot. Um, Maybe even so much to say this one's my favorite one of his 3 songs, just because I think it's just so interesting. I think the production stylization was great. I loved like the really like interesting synth choices, or like, you know, again, you heard me like, you know, vocally mimicking some of the synth noises. It just feels very memorable in that aspect. Um, but I don't know. There's just something about it that just scratched my itch, and I enjoyed it. You know, there was just like I was just like bobbing my head, feeling it. I love that section where he came in and kind of did like a like halftime like 808 like trap beat break. I thought that was interesting. Like this kind of, again, I know it pulls from some of the old school like second gen vibes, but I feel like it also has kind of a more modern touch to it as well. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds in that aspect. So I really appreciate that. And Schweibo's got like such a unique vocal palette that I'm just like, it really works with this song. Though I feel like maybe musically there are some other songs that he's done that I'm like, okay, this makes a little bit more sense to it. But yeah, I think this is just a fun song. Like I enjoyed it from front to back. Like just sitting here, just having a good old time. So I think if I'm talking purely based off of just good energy and how I was feeling, this one definitely takes the cake for that. If I'm talking about like more production and stylistic choice, I'd probably say like the middle one I enjoyed maybe a smidge more, but this is a very close second, if not one of my favorites. So this was a tough pick. I didn't know what to expect, but I feel like I came out of it finding some good ones. So Unhee upvoted Kaylee's comment. Gunky says, this is an interesting song, but it's my least favorite. Oh, okay, fair enough. And Cal says, I enjoyed the fun noises a lot. I agree. So very nice. This was Shuaibo. Interesting set of songs. Curious to see what they're gonna do next in terms of new material. So we are gonna keep it moving. I believe the next one on the playlist was Keita's music, so we will be doing a few Keita stuff. Keita debuted solo under Rain Company July 5th of 2023 with a collaboration with PH1. Something the rapper asked during the airing of the show to do if Keita did not win Boys Planet. Oh, wow. Okay. Very nice. Well, glad PH1 held to their end of the bargain. So let's check it out. This one looks to be Metronome.
Brand new chain on my neck, knowing 추워진 게 얼음, cold in the 여름, yeah. 이런 날씨로 해줘서 덕분에 돈 벌음, 무거워진 걸음, yeah. Rooftop 너무 시원해, 너는 내 삶을 원해. Yeah, I want this bad. 넌 매일 밤 기도해, 내가 망하길 원해. 장머리 upset, 그럼 어때? Make him very upset on purpose, and then I curve him. 이래라 저래라 하는 잔소리야, run your mouth, 그래서 기분 참 더블. 쉬워 보이면 넌 대체 왜 안 해? 노력 하나 없이 tryna be where I'm at. I don't like you lames, 너는 없어 flavor, 껴서 blame, 전부 똑같아. 재미없는 파티를 연해, 초대하지마, no thanks, man, where would I go? 대체 얼마를 버냐, 나도 이런 거 처음 봐, man, how would I know? 너무 잘나서 난 네 눈에 밟혀, 검은 네 vision, 넌 갈 길을 살펴. Big energy I give out, 내 멋대로, yeah, I'm about to get loud. If you ask me nicely, I might put you on. Money coming steady on some metronome. 1, 2, 3, and 4, let's count it up. 1, 2, 3, and 4, let's count it up. If you ask me nicely, I might put you on. Money coming steady no left never turn back 삼켜버리기 전에 뱉어내 관심을 그치 없어 문제는 밀리언 목표는 재밌어 한없이 이기적 하얀 나들이 먼 듯해 yeah 갑질을 주변에 이리저리 뒤집어 wait 발걸음을 맞춰 hate 같은 말에 반복 say 땡 안에 원해 너네 person 너와의 차이 전부 day 까다로운 말투 좀 따끔해 작도 말고 카페 나는 fan 더러운 내 성격보다 깔끔해 이제는 바쁨에 how to feel 잡히 전부 똑같아 재미없는 파티를 연해 초대하지만 no thanks man where would I go 대체 얼마를 버냐 나도 이런 거 처음 봐 man how would I know 너무 잘나서 난 네 눈에 밟혀 검은 네 vision 넌 갈 길을 살펴 big energy I give out 내 멋대로 yeah I'm about to get loud if you ask me nicely I might put you on money coming steady on some metronome 1, 2, 3 and 4 let's count it up 1, 2, 3 and 4 let's count it up if you ask me nicely I might put you on money coming steady on some metronome 1, 2, 3 and 4 let's count it up 1, 2, 3 and 4 let's count it up
Ooh. All right. Very nice. This was PH1, Keita, and their song Metronome. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. If you're new here, come through. We'd love to see you. This was fun. I feel like that's the most optimal adjective to describe this song. It's just fun. Like I love the energy. I love the exchange between PH1 and Keita. I feel like they definitely have good flows, and like the energy reciprocated in the song was really nice. So you could tell that they are just having a good time. Both of their flows were great. I had a really hard time deciphering which one I liked more. But I'd say I say it was really, really, really fun in terms of like the different rap verses between the both of them. I will say probably the only thing that, and this isn't like a bad thing by any means, but it's definitely something that I noticed is like, the beat kind of stays pretty consistent throughout the song. I thought maybe they would have switched it up and had something a little bit different, towards the song. But I think that kind of keeps I think it keeps the listener a little bit more engaged with like the rap sections in the song, which, are the primary focus and points of reason in the song. So it definitely makes sense. But yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. Y'all saw I was bobbing my head feeling the song, but it just felt like good vibes. If anything, I probably feel like I don't know if they would ever perform this song live or have performed the song live, but it just seems like a very good like crowd engagement, like live song. You know what I mean? I could see both PH1 and Keita like going out in the crowds and like trying to get everybody hyped. You know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely enjoyed this one a lot more. I wouldn't say a lot more than I thought. I felt like it was going to be a good song, certainly, but definitely met, if not exceeded my expectations for this song. So enjoyed it. Unhee says, on the playlist it goes. Let's go. Playlist worthy songs. We love to see it. Sarah says, how do I say this uncontroversially? I love CB1, truly my ride or die. Keita did not need CB1. Keita was born to be a star, and he didn't need that group to make him one. I agree. I feel like, again, both of them were incredible. Obviously, before I shoot myself in the foot, again, I'm kind of looking at Boys Planet at post show, and I'm obviously familiar with like what he is doing now, but I feel like he is, I feel like it's always interesting to see that. So I mean, I feel like for Sarah to say that, that's a pretty big statement. That's a bold statement, I would argue. So, but I feel like I couldn't argue with it either. So, Callus says 100%. Sarah says, I will never talk badly of ZB1 or those members, but I truly believe of everyone on that show, Keita was going to be the one to make it huge on his own. Hey, that's true. Kala says he was popular during the show too. Truly a standout. Yeah, I feel like the only comment that I could really make to that is like sometimes you just know when people have the star power, right? And I think that Keita is probably one of those artists that you just inherently know like they're just gonna have that star power. They're gonna have that star quality to them. So, and I don't disagree by any means. So it's cool to see that he is doing well, and that I continue to bless his future with some more amazing stuff. So shout out to Keita. Very nice. This is a good start. Again, I feel like I might have already some familiarity with Keita already, but we are going to check it out. So the next one we've got here is, it looks like it's Zhang Mang Loopy. And this one is Keita and Lee Jungyeon of Evnne. So very nice. It says the next one is surely something. Oh god. All right. It's you can already tell by the thumbnail. Let's check it out though.
Yeah. 괜히 너를 볼 때면 기분 탓인 거지 맞지?
나도 너를 볼 때면 기분 탓인 거지 맞지? 맞지?
우리 지금 남들과는 조금 다른 사이인 걸까?
나도 헷갈려 지금 도무지 가늠이 안 가. I'm like a newbie 정말 모르겠다.
Okay.
심장은 자꾸만 너를 원하고 있어. Just like a newbie 너의 맘이 뭘까?
I'm not gonna lie, the chorus kind of hits though.
내가 착각하고 있는 건지
너 왜 너는 망설이는 건지
눈치만 보지 말고 좀 그래 자신 있게 표현을 했죠 너의 방금 듣는 그 미소에 신이 주신 기회인 거라 생각해 내가가 말해볼까 콩닥 말랑거리게 I'm like a newbie 정말 모르겠다
I can't get over this Evnne.
먼저 너를 봤던 건 사실이야 근데 너도 그때 미소 지은 걸 알아
신나
아침부터 너 이런 적 처음이야 나 Yeah
I'm like a newbie 정말 모르겠다 심장은 자꾸만 너를 원하고 있어
콩닥 말랑듣게
Just like a newbie 너의 맘이 뭘까 애타는 나를 왜 너는 모르고 있어
삐짐 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 콩닥 말랑듣게 삐짐 삐짐 삐짐
우리만 지금 모르고 있어
콩닥 말랑듣게
I have so many No, not the fucking fairy ending. Oh god. All right. This is Zhangman, Loopy, Keita, and Lee Jungyeon and they are doing the song Newbie. I've got so many questions about this MV. All right. Sarah says this is Keita and Lee Junghyun, who I just realized I did not add to the list for a solo debut. So, Lee Junghyun, everyone. Fair enough. That's fine. Everyone saying LOL, laughing faces. Kala says, are they beavers? Gunky says, is Kids Bop with beavers? The choreo shots are killing me. Gunky says, this is fun. Sarah says, Mnet, M Countdown camera work. Who? I only know Loopy. Kala says, play if they were beavers. The animated ending fairies. This one is the real deal. I was gonna say for real. Chaz says loopy ending fairies. Sarah says the song isn't bad, but I will never listen to it again. Uni says off the playlist it stays. And Andy says I wasn't expected. That's true. I was not expecting it either. So, I don't know about this one. I will say at least for I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so if I had listened to this song and not known that there was an MV, I probably wouldn't have thought it was that bad. I still stand on business and say that this song is not bad. I enjoyed it, but I feel like knowing the added fact that it is like an animated MV is not a bad thing inherently of itself. I just feel like it just is a very interesting MV. It maybe just kind of affects my listening experience, which it probably shouldn't. But yeah, I thought the song itself was like, I thought the song was fun. I enjoyed it. Zhangmon Loopy, I'm not familiar with. Obviously, I'm familiar with the members of Evnne, but yeah, I thought probably the saving grace about the song was the chorus. I thought the chorus was really solid. Excuse me. I don't know why I said song. The chorus is solid. I thought it was very catchy, very infectious. But yeah, overall, I just, like I said, this is probably not for me specifically. I know when I feel like I would like to think that, I would like to think I know what I'm talking about, hopefully to some degree, but I feel like this one is not the target demographic for sure, but I enjoyed the song. I enjoyed it. Callus says that song was so song. Oh my God. True. Amen. Thank you. Yeah. Listen, I made it real. I'll live with that. I'll leave with that floof there. But Uni says, yeah, it's not a terrible song. It's just not for me at all. Fair enough. Sarah says we are definitely not the target demographic. That's for sure. That's all right. Like I said, TLDR, not a bad song, just probably not for us. So if you enjoyed the song, all the power to you. I appreciate it. Maybe I'll have to send it to my sister. My sister's kids are getting into K-pop, so I'll have to see if they'll like it. I feel like maybe they might be the more target demographic for this one. So, sis, if you're watching, check this out. But anyway, we're gonna keep it moving. The next one, we are moving into OPENsi finally. So, OPENsi was a 4-member Taiwanese boy group under Renjian Renai Entertainment. Hopefully, I did not butcher that. I am not Taiwanese, so apologies. That debuted on July 18th of 2023. The group contains boy planet trainee Kui Senyang. Hopefully, again, pronunciate that correct. Under the stage name YY. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. All right, this first song from OPENsi is A Little Love. So, check it out.
伤痛和那些碎片，它都不可避免。上天的剧本谁写？把我困住，怕的你，怕的你。这条路还剩1光年的距离，直到与你相聚，用着你守护着笑容。Oh, let me give you a little love， 就算世界毁灭都尽头。哦，还有我们一起奋战。Everything's gonna be fine. Let me give you a little love， 就算世界对你都不同。哦，还有我们一起分担，让我为你失去泪，互相在守候。天气忽然变阴天，我的星球有冰雹有雷电，但没有遗憾，就算很危险。于是我抓着你往前走，前方的路我不会惶恐，不再空中怕的美，怕的美，哦，一直不断 得抬起头，我不想永远的过懦弱的生活带着黑暗中，把那贴在我身上的标签全部都撕掉。希望渺小被人嘲笑，但我知道未来成功是制造。对自己不再设限，不在乎你对我任偏见，最猛的人分日夜用100%的热情面对热失恋。我会接受所有攻击，就算这世界不公平，坚定的双眼就会被蒙蔽。
Hey.
就算世界毁灭到尽头，还有我们一起奋战。Everything's gonna be fine. Let me give you little love. 就算时间对你拖不动，还有我们一起奋战，让我为你失去的互相在守候。
All right, cool. This was OPENsi and their song "A Little Love." Thanks for hanging. If you're joining for part 10 of the Boys Planet Deep Dive, appreciate y'all. This was nice. I like this a lot. I think that the kind of combination between like natural instrumentation, like the guitar work, the drumming, the bass playing, just really worked out well for their sound. I think it maybe the only thing that I probably would say is like I think maybe it was just because of the YouTube. I'm gonna say it's probably potentially because of the YouTube like compression, but I did feel like similarly to Jazz, like the mixing could have been a little bit better, but I don't think it was as bad. We've had some songs where I felt like they could have retooled it a lot better. I feel like this one wasn't nearly as egregious as one of those, as some of the other songs we've listened to that I felt like maybe the mixing needed to be fixed on. But I really enjoyed this one a lot. I think the meat and potatoes of the song I think were really good. Like, just appreciated their vocals. I think they've all got really like solid vocals, and wow, I don't feel like this song I'm like blown back and being like, oh my god, like vocally this is crazy. I feel like there was a lot of great like vocal color in this song that I really liked. I think the different members really had an opportunity to show off their different their different kind of talents in this song. So I felt like in that aspect it was a good introduction if I wasn't familiar with them before, which I hadn't been. So I love that aspect of it. I was kind of expecting, I think the only thing I was expecting in the song that I don't feel like maybe I got as much. Normally I feel like with bridges in the song, either you just like kind of like somber it out and then have like a larger end chorus. I felt like for this song, like there was really not much of either, and I kind of was hoping that there was going to be a little bit more of a like vocal push. I feel like you highlight your skills throughout the song. I feel like a bridge or a final chorus is a great opportunity to highlight that more. So I was kind of surprised that they kind of kept it a little bit more on the chill side. Maybe that's their vibe, and I'm missing the plot here, but I liked it. I thought it was a good introduction. I think the song was nice. Like I said, I really liked the chorus of the track. But yeah, I was kind of looking for a little bit more pizzazz. That was probably about as best as I could put it. Other than that, I didn't think it was bad whatsoever. So very nice. Gungi says, "Wait, no more beavers," and Sarah says they'll be back at a later date. Oh boy, we have more of those. Sarah says, "Whoever is b-boying is killing it. Hey, let's go." And Jazz says, mixing may be a bit rough, but it's a cute song nonetheless. I agree. So very nice. This was, like I said, good introduction. I'm curious to see the rest of your discography, which the next one we are getting into, I have no idea what the name is, but we're going to check it out. Sonja, hello. Thanks for hanging. Having Wi-Fi troubles, but I made it. Thanks for coming through. We are currently in the midst of listening to OPENsi right now. So let's check out the next one. Sarah says the next one is Why Am I Sad? Okay. Very nice. Thank you, Sarah. Let's check it out. I gonna cry?
忽然明白了什么，该从哪开始说？幸福的日子过了多久，好像也不错。拖了太久的问候，我对自己说，故事从这里开头，总好过没有。以为付出才是尽头，总是予取予求。不在被需要的时候，还努力拯救，会不会更失落？我为什么难过？我找不到理由。我错过好多，现在还为了谁逗留？敢不敢就放手？不想再被推着走。
Love that melody section there.
爱并不完全符合期待。也许甜蜜副本，到头来怎么是一片空白？想被爱还是被爱？忽然就懂了什么，走也不会的走。茫然的生活过了太久，忘了还有梦。不想重复犯的错，我对明天说，故事总要重来过，才有新的我。以为付出才是尽头，总是予取予求。不在被需要的时候，还努力迁就，会不会更失落？我为什么难过？我找不到理由。我错过好多，现在还为了谁逗留？敢不敢就放手？不想再被推着走。有时候爱并不完全符合期待。也许甜蜜负担，到头来怎么是一片空白？
Like this ensemble vocals in the back, nice.
想被爱还是被爱？自己听有破碎的声音，像过了镇定，从不在意我的心，想告诉你，我做了一个错误的决定。We don't talk anymore， 不爱何必找理由？你说太多，迁就戳破了美丽的泡沫。What I'm saying, yeah. You can tell me what I'm saying, what I'm saying, yeah. 我默不清，试试看起我们的关系，看透这个遥远距离。其实我没有对不起自己，那什么是完美的结局？我不要再错过。整个宇宙总有个对的人等我。也许一无所有，才让人终于重获了自由。想被爱心动的，怎么爱？
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, this was looks like the song was "Why Am I Sad" from OPENsi. I have to say this because it's gonna be bugging me. One of the I gotta go back. Let me see. This member reminds me of, if y'all have watched Squid Games too. It looks like the one trans woman in the show. Am I not correct? Like the same actor? I was just thinking like, wow, that guy's face looks familiar. It's not obviously not the same person, but they have similar face structure. So I don't know why that. Sarah says, "Oh no, you're right." I was like, wow, this guy looks familiar. And I was like, it's not the same person, but hey, listen, they could be distant cousins, Uni says, I really need to watch season. I think they've wrapped it up, so you'll have to watch it. You'll have to watch it and let us know. It was great. Like I said, big sad ending, but I want to spoil it because I'm not a spoiler. But anyway, besides the point, I thought the song was great. I feel like it's such an emotionally powerful song. Though I really didn't understand any of the sort of lyricism behind the song. I feel like you could tell throughout the track, like there's just something very very like personable about the song that I liked. And I think that the song kind of went through a lot of different phases. The song being like over 5 minutes long, or just about 5 minutes long, excuse me, is impressive. Just because I feel like songs get shorter now over the time, so it's cool to hear a little bit more of a longer ballady sort of song. I like the vocals in this. I think probably so far, I think vocally this is one of the more stronger songs we've heard from OPENsi thus far. And I think there was a lot of cool like nuances in their voices. I think more so than the first song, which I really appreciate. And I think in a song like this, you really want them to kind of shine a little bit more, because in terms of instrumentation, I feel like they pulled it back a little bit more. So I like that there was more of a push to have their vocals shine and be more at the forefront. So I like that. The piano work was gorgeous in this track as well too. I was surprised most specifically by one member, the guy with like the blonde hair. I thought he was really damn impressive. Like this guy to the far left here, he like did the rap verses and then also did some really phenomenal singing as well. So I was really impressed by his contributions to the song. But they all were really good. Like I said, I thought they were all really, really good vocalists, and I think that again they were able to highlight this super well in this track. But Sarah says that's Wins. I feel like Wins definitely stood out to me the most in this track, which shout out to you if you're watching Wins. But yeah, this is good. I definitely was vibing with this one a little bit more. I do like ballads typically, so I felt like this one was going to be a little bit more in the wheelhouse, certainly, but excited to see more. Hopefully, again, it looks like these are the only 2 songs we have from OPENsi, but I'll have to check out more of their discography in the foreseeable future. So, Kala says the melody reminds me of Puff the Magic Dragon Compliment. I could see it. Sonja also said it as well. I could hear it and see it. I could envision it. So. That makes sense. So very cool. This was like I said, both songs were very interesting, but in different ways. So definitely unique. So we were gonna keep it moving though. I believe the next one I saw in here was Levy. Boys Planet contestant Wang Zihao debuted solo under the stage name Levy on August 18th of 2023 under the Chinese entertainment company Chromosome. Founded by Lay of XO. Ooh, okay. All right. Very nice. Let's check it out. Let's check out Levy and their song AI Babe. Is that AI Bay? Is that the song? All right. Let's check it out. AI. No.
All my life, I have to fight。次时代进化到更完美，这一回不再墨守成规，我重新定义命运，切换战斗模式 level race。新的
This already feels like a very Sarah song.
Girl, can I be honest? 从未相信过奇迹，只是这种是你陪着我，让沙漠变成海。Now I'm ready，面对所有的阻碍，穿越星际的独白。
Switch up was so crazy.
Let me take another drink, yeah, yeah. You're my babe, babe, got me upgrade. That's right, baby, you're my babe. That's right, baby, 与我住在此时代，只把所有擂台 all their own versions off, off, off. Your love is my power, I want it all, all, all. 输入指令即可执行 Lay it down my LOV 我的使命 Between us the secret girl you know it You're the only one that makes me glow Turn it upside down 变自一次偶然你出现让世界变更真实两字持续纠缠共享相聚的仪式 Girl can I be honest 从未相信过奇迹只是这种是你陪着我让沙漠变成海 Now I'm ready 面对所有的阻碍穿越星际的独白 Let me take another drink yeah yeah You're my babe babe got me upgraded That's right baby babe That's right baby 与我住在此时代只把所有擂台 All their own versions off 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 Your love is my power I want it all 唯一最独特你为这所有的意义和快乐 Couldn't find another you in the world 当我一直在寻觅第一刻我就知道是你 Girl your love is all I need You're my babe got me upgraded That's right baby That's right baby 与我住在此时代只把所有擂台 All their own versions off 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 Your love is my power I want it all 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 Yeah babe
Hey, let's go. All right, I like this. This was Levy and their song AI Bay. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Couple comments. Let's see what we got here. Sarah, my boy, Ziyao, AI Bay, you bet. Connie says, I love him so much. I was obsessed when this came out, and he is so lay coded. Hey, let's go. Sarah says, me, why am I in love with him? Him is a March Pisces. Oh, God. Then, listen, I'm in the same category, Sarah. I'm also a March Pisces as well. So, I don't know what that says about people who are March Pisces. So, Sarah says, I added all of his music to my main playlist. Let's go. And Jazz says, nice. I like this. This was fun. This is a fun track. I feel like at first I was like, this is a real crunchy track. And typically I will say I feel like crunchy tracks for me tend to be growers, but I felt like this one, like, I love the switch up early on. Like at first I was like, is it gonna be like a really like more electronically like distorted sort of electronic song to kind of play off like the AI Bay like naming convention. But I thought this was great. I love how it kind of takes that little like maybe like R&B-ish type term in the song. I thought that was really nice. I think his vocals are really, really, really fun. He's got I feel like he's got a unique delivery in terms of it, like his tonality. And I like know that they kind of mess with his vocals a couple different ways. I like first liked there's like this almost vocal riser part in like either the pre-chorus, or I can't remember if it's a pre-chorus or chorus of the song, but I really liked the way that they like stylized his vocals, gave it a ton of body and like layering. That's really cool. I also think that they took his voice and like really like distorted it and put like a bunch of like almost digitized his voice to kind of make it seem like robotic in some ways. So I love that. And again, it plays into the whole like AI based naming song convention here. So I feel like he really leaned into that a ton. So I like that there, were a lot of like vocal slash musical callbacks to the naming of the song. But I also feel like this again showed off a lot of cool different layering in his vocal. The bridge section was incredible. But I really love the final chorus of the song. I feel like that's really where like a lot of those like crunchy elements of the song plus his really really good range of vocals kind of was shown off more. So I felt like that was a great combination of those thought processes through his music. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm sure we have more songs from him, but I felt like this was really cool. I appreciate kind of I appreciate that some of the electronic maybe slash like techno elements of the song like play along with the sort of like futuristic tonalities that he brings to the table. So yeah, I thought this was great. This is a fun song. I definitely like came around to it a little bit more. So very nice. Sarah says, he debuted and immediately I was in love with his style. His music is so my thing. Agreed. That's why I made the comment of it being very Sarah coded. And then Sarah also says that AI techno futurism concept isn't as popular with male artists as female artists. So it does so he does it so well. I agree. I genuinely was I was a little shocked. I feel like first artist that comes to mind is like aespa. I know aespa does a lot of that sort of like crunchy techno-y futurism sort of stuff. So I would have to I would have to agree. So very nice. No, says I have to get some context for this. You missed the context. If you were here for it, don't worry. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's gonna come around again. I was gonna say, but very nice, very nice. This is cool. This is definitely somebody I'll keep an eye out for, certainly. But we're gonna keep it moving. We have more Levy songs. This one looks like Shinsekai Tanju. Hopefully I pronunciate that correct. If not, apologies, but let's check it out.
信号の人脈は軍のようにある中そう足も補三原則どっちを選ぶ赤と青の薬この世界の真相蜃気楼の中迷いながら切り開いて星見上げ星のぬくもり感じて顔に当たる夜風急な銀河を高め明日はどう行くぜ新世界誕生自分の価値を立証誕生さ枠細胞本当の島空を想像宇宙の星空をさまよいて公園抜け織りなし激しき行くぜ新世界誕生新世界宿命からの脱出歴史の幕が上がるマトリックスの砂漠飛べ歌え全身全霊全部飲み込みようきっと愛なく全てを全知全能じゃなくても自由になれるよ星のぬくもり感じて顔に当たる夜風 ぜ新世界誕生自分の価値を立証三乗三枠細胞本当の心拍を想像落ちる星空をさまいて公園向け織りなし激しき行くぜ新世界誕生光のあなたら飛ぼうとして飛ばして青空と共に行くぜ新世界誕生
Cool building.
目覚める俺の運命行くぜ新世界宇宙の星空をさまいて公園抜け織りなし激しき行くぜ新世界誕生光のあなたら飛ぼうとして飛ばして青空と共に行くぜ新世界誕生 Yeah 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 行くぜ新世界誕生
All right, this was Levy and their song Shinseikai Tanjo. Very nice. This is fun. I've again very similarly to the previous song. I feel like he is continuing on with that like futuristic, like electronic, really techno-y sort of side of the discography here. So I'm curious to see. Obviously, I don't know if we have another. It does not look like we have another song from him after this, but I think it was very interesting. Conceptually, I don't know. Conceptually, I don't mind it. I really do enjoy it. I think it's interesting. I like kind of like the. I know I mentioned crunchy before, but I feel like I do really appreciate kind of the crunchy textures of this song. You know, the synth choice is always very fun. Like, again, keeping with a lot of the futuristic elements of it. I think both in contrast to each other are great. And I think he kind of finds that way of keeping it like vocally gritty in some parts, but then at the same point, like really cleaning up the vocals and kind of doing again that like pop R&B ish type like vocal runs. And I think there is like this really interesting contrast vocally that I really like. And you know, I think I would like to hope that he continues on and does stuff similar in a similar vein. Obviously I know that K groups do not always tend to do the same thing over and over again, which is great. But I would like for him to kind of continue to keep the same like soul of what he's doing, and it seems like that is the case, which is great. This one kind of has more of like a little bit of an 8-bit, maybe 16-bit feel. Like I think at least in terms of like the synth choice, I think was very fun. But I really enjoyed this as much, you know, as much as I feel like maybe this might not be in my potential wheelhouse. You know, I think it was just so much fun. Like his choreography is like so like snappy in like a good way. Like he just clicks to like those like movements and stuff, and it just seemed very fluid. So I feel like in terms of vocally as well as like choreography wise, he's very capable, which is great. But yeah, I think the futuristic fun side of this is really cool. I will say I feel like maybe the first one was a little bit more exciting, at least on my listening experience, though I felt like this one was also really fun. I liked a lot of the ensemble like gang vocals in this song. It kind of again gave it that like rowdy energy. So I think there are definitely merits to both. If I think I really had to kind of choose, I think the first one that we listened to from Levy was a little bit better in my opinion, but I felt like these were both very close and both very good. So I'd be down to listen to them both again for sure. Someone just said in the previous song, yes, aespa does futuristic really well. I agree. Sarah says he's hot, so hot. I would also agree with that. Connie says, woo, so good. Sarah says, I think maybe I like this one more, question mark. They're both so good. I agree. And Sarah followed that up and said, he's still very active within China. on shows and things. So I'm hopeful he has a long, successful career. I also agree. I genuinely hope that for all the people we talk about, obviously that can be the case for everybody, but hopefully everybody gets to where they want to be in their career. So very nice. This was like I said, both Levy songs I enjoyed. So good vibes. All right. Looks like next on the list we have Chen Yugeng, excuse me. Sarah says Chen Yugeng debuted solo in China under T Entertainment on August 25th of 2023. We only be listening to the teasers from his album as I cannot actually find his music anywhere. Oh wow. Okay. Very, very interesting. Sarah says, not really much to discuss here, but I feel bad leaving him out. That's okay. We'll check out hopefully we'll get to check out his music. If it does show up, I'm sure Sarah will add it on to another playlist. So let's check it out. Or if you know, let us know. Huh. Very interesting. Okay. I guess we'll just go through all of the songs here. So
Yes, I'm totally sure from where what you mean. Yes, I'm totally sure from where what you mean. Yes, I'm totally sure from where what you mean.跟着我的速度一直走。
Huh. Very interesting. Sarah says, if I can find it, I'll let y'all know. Yeah. Oh my god. Well, Chen Yugeng, if you are watching this, I don't know, potentially, please tell us where your music's at. It would be cool to listen. I understand the necessity of teasers, certainly. Though I feel like teasers, I don't want to seem like an asshole or anything. Teasers aren't necessarily for me because I feel like I am probably amongst the very few that love to listen to albums in full and love to get the full perspective on stuff. So I feel like teasers are almost like my way of being like, oh, well, I've already kind of not listened to it inherently, but like would love to listen to the full song, which I know obviously isn't the case here, but and obviously it's just a taste of how the tracks will sound. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Chen Yugeng, it's tough. Like obviously you only got like maybe, if we're being generous, you got maybe like a few seconds of the song. So I feel like it's hard to really base it off of that. But I hope we get to listen to his music in the future. We would love to listen to your music. So please let us do that. That would be incredible. I don't know any Chinese either, but I'd love to have you on if it was possible as well too. But very nice. Like I said, I don't have any positive or negative feedback to give about it. I just wish that we could listen to his music. So I guess that's probably my only my only comment to it is please let us listen to your music at some point. So Sarah says, Chen Yugeng, if you are out there, you're so handsome. Please let me know where your music is. Yes, please let us know where it is. That would be greatly appreciated. So, or if you're a Chen Yugeng fan, let us know where we can find his music at. Okay. Sarah says, how unfortunate. Hopefully we'll be able to hear it someday. I agree. That's my positive affirmation. So we are moving on, unfortunately. We are going to be moving on to ONLEE. Lee Seung-hwan debuted solo under the name ONLEE on September 9th of 2023 under Inyeon Entertainment and All Blue Records. Ooh, Okay. All right, and this first one looks to be With You. Let's check it out. Already feeling the vibes.
Stay 그 영화처럼 매일 널 볼 수 있게 열린 결말은 아니더라도 내 이야기는 사실 주인공은 우리가 아니고 눈물이 가끔은 새벽을 반겨도 상관없어 나의 밤엔 네가 빛나고 있어 너도 조금은 알고 있었다면 너도 그렇게 웃어준다면 바랄 게 없어 No be with you 그 어디서든 무엇하든 내 색깔은 내 세상은 너와 푸른빛의 바다를 내 두 눈 가득 담아줄게 Always be with you Take my hand 하늘처럼 늘 be with you 네가 느낄 수 있게 그 영화처럼 매일 널 볼 수 있게 새겨진 순간마다 언제나 네가 있어서 너와 난 그 끝에 함께 서 있었어 세상 그 어디서도 정답을 찾지 못해도 괜찮아 난 네가 있잖아 너도 조금은 알고 있었다면 너도 그렇게 웃어준다면 더 바랄 게 없어 No be with you 그 어디서든 무엇하든 내 색깔은 내 세상은 너와 푸른빛의 바다를 내 두 눈 가득 담아줄게 Always be with you Take my hand No be with you 그 어디서든 무엇하든 내 세상은 전부 다 너인 거야 색깔은 내
Oh, I love that vocal section. Wow.
푸른빛의 바다를 내 두 눈 가득 담아줄게 Always be with you Take my hand 오늘처럼 늘 Stay with me 내가 느낄 수 있게
Wow. All right. This was good. I like this. This was ONLEE and their song Be With You. Very nice. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot. His vocals, man, he's got some power. And I love that. Probably the first I guess thought that came to my head about the song was just like feel good. Like it's just got a good feel good energy to it. I love like the major key tones of this song. Just really bright, really fun. And I feel like it is very expressive in terms of Sung Hwan's vocals. He's got he's got such a powerhouse vocal delivery, and I felt like he highlighted it really well, and like his range is pretty wide. I felt like he was able to kind of utilize it really well in the song. Like verses seemed a little bit more somber. The pre-chorus kind of picked up, and then I feel like he was able to do some bigger belts and bigger moments through like the choruses of the song. I would say more specifically at the end of the song, that's really when he let loose and just again got to be able to experiment more with his voice. But man, he's got this is just a good song. Like I think structurally it's really fun. His live band or the band that, you know, did the instrumentation for the song. They deserve some huge credit too, because the piano work was gorgeous. The drumming was so much fun, really dynamic. Guitar work was really, really fun as well. And I really loved the bass playing as well on this track. I just felt like the instrumentation just only positively affected his voice, and in turn I feel like he was able to kind of do even more so with his voice in this track. So this one's definitely like one of my favorites that I've heard tonight for sure. Though I feel like maybe the band vibe is something that I typically gravitate towards anyway. But I felt like this one was just you know, just a bright song, and definitely definitely stood out a ton. So I enjoyed this a lot. Connie says, I like his voice a lot. And Sonja just said, I like the vibe of this song. Very bright. I agree. So very nice. We're going to be checking out a few more from ONLEE, I believe. And the next one he has is Stewardess Girl. Very interesting song title name, but let's check it out.
비행 중 여러분의 안전을 담당하는 안전요원은 승무원 해지시에 협조해 주시기 바라며 계속해서 잠시 화면을 주목해 주시기 바랍니다. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to welcome you aboard Korean Air on
Interesting painting.
너보다 예쁜 건 어딜 봐도 없잖아. 또 나만 날개를 잃은 천사 같아. Angel in disguise 난 표현이니까. 아니야 이건 좀 그렇더라. 근데 나 진짜 요즘 들어. 길을 가다가 예쁜 애 봐도 그냥 5초만 다 잊어버렸다 그 정도. 근데 난 5초마다 생각나지. 내가 어쩌다가 빠진 건지. I wanna know about you but you're way too good for me. 난 알고 싶어 너가 어떤 일을 하는지도. She just do this girl. Find this girl out for sure. Mysterious girl. 너를 알고 싶어 난. Tell me about you. 이제는 알 것 같아 너가 왜 고민을 나는 여자인지 babe. 너는 천사니까 하늘에 가까워야 해. 이건 멘트가 아니야 don't misunderstand. 난 보란단 말은 넌 내꺼. 넌 어느 각도에서 봐도 그냥 예뻐. 굳이 닮은 사람 찾는다면 해burn. 부끄러워하지 마 이건 backrock. 이제 너도 말해줘 what's on your mind. 취해서 너를 데려다 준 밤에 집에 돌아가는 길에 혼자 내내 생각했어 널. I wanna fly you to the moon. If you listen to this song 너도 나와 같다면. If you listen to this song 너도 나와 같다면. Still this girl, the finest girl I ever saw in my life. Still this girl. She just still this girl. Find this girl I first saw. Mysterious girl. 너를 알고 싶어 난. Tell me about you. 너가 멀리서 다가올 때 나는 진짜 한눈에 알아봤네. 밤에 늦게 너와 술을 한잔할 때 취해서 내게 기대거릴 나왔을 때 데려다 줄게 너의 집 앞까지 말야. 넌 날 배려한답시고 먼저 가란 말야. 어차피 가는 방향이니까 괜찮다 했던 날. 근데 사실 내가 사는 곳은 반대 방향.
All right. This was ONLEE and their song Stewardess Girl. If you're hanging out for the Boys Planet Deep Dive Part 10, thank you for hanging. Thank you for chilling. Appreciate y'all. This one was good. I you know, listen, y'all know I love a good like funky, jazzy kind of song, and I feel like ONLEE has been surprising to me so far. I feel like he's cooked with like some of my with some of the things I like. A little bit of abrupt ending. Yeah, I agree with Jazz. Sorry, we had like 2 more seconds, but I honestly think that the 2 seconds probably wouldn't have helped us out here. But I liked it. I think this was a really solid song. I think what I noticed the most about this track was just the usage of falsetto tone. Like, he's got a really clean falsetto tone, but he was utilizing it a lot in the song, and I gotta give him a lot of props because I think when you're singing the falsetto tone for a good bit of time, like, definitely a bit tough, but I feel like he definitely held his own, certainly, and I love to hear that. The instrumentation was fun. I love like the that really kind of riffy bass line. I feel like that is the glue that holds this song together, certainly. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I think overall this was like not a by any means a bad song, but I liked it. I thought this was a good vibe. So very nice, very nice. Jazz says, what an abrupt ending, and Andy also said that as well. And Sarah says, okay, breaking. Eunhee found Chen Yugen's music. Hey, let's go. Eunhee's the GOAT. Let's go. We love to see it. We can circle back to him at the end of the stream if you want. Yeah, let's do it. Hell yeah, Eunhee's incredible. We love to see it. So, very nice. All right. We will continue moving it on, and then we will finally get into Eugen's music. So big thank you, Eunhee, the GOAT. We love to see it. Big everyone, give your thanks to Eunhee in the chat and in the comments. I'm excited. So very nice. We will keep it moving. We've still got more from ONLEE. This next one is Love Algorithm. So let's check it out.
Fall in love, love.
Ooh.
참을 수 없는 love algorithm.
Ooh. Riffing.
요즘 이상해 보이는 것 같아. 어디 아픈 건 아닌 것 같은데 하나라도 있음 check babe. 내 눈 피하기는 없기에 자기 전에 생각난 적 있다. 보고 싶다고 생각한 적 있다. 만나는 사람들마다 다 전부 나로 보인 적이 있다. 신기해 모든 게 꿈처럼 생각만 했었던 일이야. 나의 하루처럼 너도 일상 속 모든 피드 속에 띄워줘. 너의 머릿속엔 온통 내 생각만으로 가득하게. 사진 속에 너와 나 우리 맘을 느끼로만 채워줘. 너의 모든 타임라인. Love, love. 참을 수 없는 love algorithm. 말은 해도
Man, the
이제
guitarist is
알아.
cooking in this song. What
아닌
the
척한
fuck?
거 다 알아. Yeah. 괜히 모른 척 다가오길 바란 것도 다 알아. 조금씩 조금씩 또 내게서 다시 내게로 우리 사이 리듬의 알고리즘 나쁘진 않은 것 같아. 밤새 프로필만 보다가 아무것도 하지 못한 건 나뿐만이 아니었나 봐. 스크롤 내려 새로 거침할 때마다 제일 먼저 뜨는 사람 그게 나였나 봐. Yeah. 띄워줘. 너의 머릿속엔 온통 내 생각만으로 가득하게. 사진 속에 너와 나 우리 맘을 느끼로만 채워줘. 너의 모든 타임라인. 자기 전에 생각난 적 있다. 보고 싶다고 생각한 적 있다. 만나는 사람들마다 다 전부 나로 보인 적이 있다. 사진 속에 너와 나 우리 맘을 느끼로만 채워줘. 너의 모든 타임라인. Love, love. 참을 수 없는 love 별처럼 이 순간이 내겐 가장 빛나.
Oh, so sweet. All right, this is ONLEE's Love Algorithm. Very nice. I like this one. This one was another banger track. Man, his voice is so smooth. Like, I think I've noticed that throughout the 3 songs that we've listened to from him, but I felt like even more so, I feel like there is just an effortlessness to some of his like vocal riffs in this song that I was just like, damn, like I just was impressed. I love the way that he says like I love the way that he kind of riffs on algorithm, like the vocal riff. I thought that was so cool. And I like that it's not just one part of the time he does that. I appreciate that he does it in the 3 different choruses of the song. There's a level of consistency to it, but as well as that, I feel like he absolutely crushes it every time. Very similarly to the last song, the Serious Girl. I feel like this one definitely also has like a lot of like falsetto tones, which is great. I feel like he utilizes it really well. But I also feel like differentially to this song, I like that this one incorporates more of his like more mid to potentially like low range of his tone. I think that's really nice. It's got a sweetness, a warmth to it. It also probably has a lot to do with his delivery, but I really like that a ton. But yeah, I think his vocals were incredible in the song. I also have to give a shout outs to the unsung hero who I've been flipping out about, but their guitar player, whoever did the guitar work on this song deserves an award. Because there are some really cool like guitar riffs, like a lot of cool like notation on the actual guitar. He's doing like a little bit of like slide technique, a lot of like 2-hand tapping, moving up the fretboard in that like higher register was really fun. I loved a lot of the octaves and stuff mixed in. I think like obviously the guitar player that worked on this track did a phenomenal job and knew what would work in the track without going like above and like over the top. But I feel like there is just enough like spice level in this song that like if you're a guitar player and you're listening to this song, you're like, damn, like this man's cooking. He's doing some work. So I love that, and I think it was the subtleties of some of those moments throughout the track. So it was really great. But yeah, this one I can understand this one being one of Sarah's favorites because this might also be one of my favorites as well too. So Connie says such a nice vibe. I agree as well, and people were enjoying it in chat, so that's always a big plus. So yeah, shout out to Love Algorithm. This was a banger and a half, so very nice. All right, we're keeping it moving. We've got like 2 more ONLEE songs, so I'm stoked. We're moving it along gently here. Let's get into the next one, which I don't know the name of, but I'm sure I'm going to find out. So let's check it out.
몇백 번을 말해봐도 지금 이 기분은 정리가 안 돼. 아무것도 없는 네걸 너와 단둘이라면 많은 일이 오지 않는데도 마냥 싫지만은 않을 것 같아. 같이 걸었지만 이 거리는 아직도 어색해. 눈에 익은 줄 알았지만 그건 내 착각인가 봐. 이젠 네가 없으면 난 아무것도 할 수 없나 봐. 이런 내가 바보 같지만 그런 모습마저 그저 좋다며 웃어줬을 때 아마 그때부터 내 전부가 바뀐 것만 같아.
Wow.
충분히 해왔으니까 그만하래 조금이 지나면 널 놓쳐버릴까봐 바보 같은 내 모습이 떠나질 않아 다시 한번 네 손을 잡을 용기가 둘이 채워가는 공기가 너라면 기다렸을까 생각해봤어 확신할 수는 없겠지만 너도 바랬을 것만 같아 너를 진짜 좋아해 네가 듣진 못할 테지만 돌아보지 않을 너란 건 알겠지만 오직 너와 둘이서 채워진 채의 마지막인데 다시 눈을 맞추고 너와 끝나지 않을 듯한 이 날이 영영 돌아오지 않을 듯한 이 날이 날 가두겠지만 이 자리를 지킬게 마지막 이처럼 너를 남겨기에 몇백 번을 말해봐도 지금 이 기분은 정리가 안 돼 아무것도 없는 네 거리에 너와 단둘이라면 많은 일이 오지 않는데도 마냥 싫지만은 않을 것 같아
Wow. Very cool, very cool. This was ONLEE, and it looks like if I translate the song, hopefully we'll get. It looks like Back Hug is potentially the song title name. So very nice. I like this one a lot. I feel like again I've been saying that a good bit, but I maybe I feel like ONLEE might be one of my new favorite people that I've liked from our Boys Planet and Deep Dive coverage here, that I didn't know of beforehand. So this was great. I felt like the instrumentation was just so bubbly, bright, but like in like a very like traditional, not even a K-pop way, but I feel like this is so like so Korean coded in some ways that I really appreciate. I thought this one was just so much fun, and like the instrumentation was great. It looks like Naewon did the drums, guitars, bass, piano, organs, brass, and the chorus, and it was also mixed by them. They did great. I just think that like the conceptualization of the song was great, and then we add ONLEE to the track, and I feel like that just kind of just opens the bar more. I like that there was like a little bit of like, I feel like he put a little stank on his vocals, and I like that. You know, there's like a little bit of like vocal bends that I appreciate that kind of, you know, give that little bit of emotionality to the song. I think his like, again, his usage of range was incredible, like from that sort of like mid to low range tone to the falsetto tones. I feel like he encapsulates all of those sorts of like emotions really well, and consistently. The chorus was great. I feel like just like, again, the brass and the organs of the song really kind of take that chorus to another level, certainly. But man, this is just so much fun. Like I feel like I I feel like I sit here and I'm like, damn, I can't keep saying that this is a good song, like, but I gotta keep it real, you know. I gotta tell it how it is, and I feel like that's truly my sentiment. So, but yeah, I wow, I feel like I haven't been this consistent on someone in quite a bit, so I feel proud. So, another fantastic song. I probably put this. I feel like it's gonna be hard for me to pick a favorite from ONLEE, but I feel like this one's a very close to being number one, if not a number one favorite so far. So. Sonja says, I like this one. I agree. And Jazz says, this is my favorite of his so far. And Sarah says, you really liked him on Boys Planet too, so very consistent. Hey, let's go. He was also in 1 to 9. I think you're just in love with him. That's, hey, listen. Accurate. Also, yes. So very cool. So shouts to Sungwon. I feel like I might be a Sungwon bias at this point. I feel like if anything, this has just told me that am in love with another Korean man, and that's okay. So, all right, very nice. We are keeping the train a moving tonight. This last one from ONLEE is "Time Goes By." So, which I'm sad that it is going by because we definitely listen to more of his music. So let's check out Time Goes By next.
바보같이 어지른 방은
Ooh.
괜히 나를 닮아버린
Okay.
것 같은 기분이야 바보 같은 날엔 어느새 떠나간 빈자리를 다시 메꾸는 듯해 난 지나가는 저 하늘 속 구름이 나를 따라오며 속삭이는 말 어차피 다 지나가 버릴 일들인데 뭐 거짓말 세상은 거짓성이 때로는 내 맘을 핥히고 밀어버리잖아 또다시 날 무너뜨린다고 해도 상관없어 어차피 다 지나갈 일일 테니까 총막인 줄 알았던 낭떠러지 끝에서 새로운 내 문을 찾았어 난 어디로 갈지 몰랐어 어디든 그려놓았던 내 맘속 화살표 불이 꺼진 밤속에 야경빛처럼 환하게 비출게 라는 말 거짓말이래도 나는 나를 믿고 달리고 싶어 거짓말 세상은 거짓성이 때로는 내 맘을 핥히고 밀어버리잖아 또다시 날 무너뜨린다고 해도 상관없어 어차피 다 지나갈 일일 테니까 다 거짓말 전부 거짓말이라 해도 그 속에 나는 나만의 내 길을 찾겠어
Okay, what? How did that end there? Bro, what the fuck? I'm upset. That should have definitely not ended there. That's crazy. Wow, what did is I feel like ONLEE might be the king of abrupt stops in a song. I genuinely thought there was gonna be more. Wow. Okay, that was a shock. All right. Well, that was ONLEE. Time Goes By. It did certainly go by in this song. But I enjoyed this. I probably would say I didn't enjoy it as much as I felt like some of the other ones I enjoyed, but I thought this was very nice. I liked the more somber tones of the song. I agree with Sonja. The guitar was super nice. I liked how like punchy it was. I think it really matched up well with like the instrumentation. But I thought this song was good. I didn't think it was particularly anything crazy like some of the other songs that we've listened to from ONLEE, where I was like, oh, holy shit, this is great. I feel like this one was kind of like, I still think this is good. I like it. I'll go back and listen to it again. I will say like the abruptness of the song definitely takes a little wind out of the sails. Certainly, I wish there was maybe another bridge. Like I wish there was maybe a bridge in the song or like an extended chorus, just because I feel like the song kind of was getting good and it, and it feels like it stopped. So I was a little shocked by that. But yeah, I think overall it was a good vibe. definitely definitely incorporating similar elements to what I've listened to already from him, but I feel like in a different kind of package. But yeah, overall solid song. Only critique, I feel like I wish it was a little longer. So very nice, very nice. Um, very nice. We are finally moving on to Even, which I think is probably the bulk of this ending of the playlist, which is fun because we have done a few Even songs already. So I'm excited to get into them. Even is Keita, Park Hanbin, Lee Jung-hyun, Yu Sung-yeon, Ji Sun-yu, and Moon Jung-hyun, and Park Geo debuted in the project group Even under Jellyfish Entertainment on September 19th of 2023. This group was originally going to be called Blit, Blit, or Be Lit, I would imagine is probably what it's gonna be like. And well, the internet ate all up all those jokes and it did not debut as is it Blit? It was Blit. Okay, God. Oh shit. Um, that's bad. That is. I genuinely, honestly, would like to. I feel like I'll task this to chat at some point, but I genuinely would love to know. I genuinely would love to have a, like, you know how like people do like tier lists for like fast food restaurants or whatever. I feel like we should have a tier list video for like worst K-pop names. Like obviously they didn't end up being Blit, which is great, but like I would love to do a video where we rate like from S tier being like the best name that could have been to like, you know, obviously all the tiers below that. I feel like that would be fun. I don't know if there is any ones that particularly would have that would be on that list. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot, but I feel like that would be a fun a fun maybe Saturday stream or something. We'll have to figure it out. I think that would be sick. But uh Sarah says, Even my boys, my mom and I are seeing them on their tour this October. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Sarah says, nope, it was Blit. Jazz says, I forgot about that. LOL. I also did not know about that. That's so that makes even worse. No pun intended. Sarah says, we'll brainstorm a list. I feel like it would just be fun. Like I'm curious how obnoxious or how bad potentially they could be. I want to feel like I'm one of the K-pop CEOs that has to greenlit a name for a group, you know? So we'll have to do it. But anyway, very nice. Again, I am familiar with Even to some degree. So I'm excited to delve into songs that I've listened to but haven't listened to in a little bit, and some new ones that I have not checked out. So the first one we're getting into is Trouble. So that's probably how they felt after being named Blit. So Sarah says, Jellyfish heard Blit and said, sure, why not? The real question is, what would their fan name have? Oh, God, that. I feel like. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if we should. I feel like it'd be funny if we did, like, if we tier list the name and then thought of a hypothetical, like, fandom name, but that would probably go so sideways that I don't think I could post it online. Kala says, I love Extraordinary Heroes, but I cannot tell people I listen to a band called that's, I feel like if you don't know what it is, then yeah, but I don't know. I feel like for me, I'm just like, here's a song that I like, and then like especially if it's a weird band name, I'll just be like, here's a song that I've been jamming to, and I'll play it, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I really like this song. This song's good. Who's it from? And then I just say, oh, it's from Extraordinary Heroes, and they're like, I feel like that kind of lessens the blow. At least I think from my perspective, but I could be wrong. I feel like that's the way to go if you've got a weird band name, but That's my personal opinion on that one. But we will check out Trouble though. I'm excited. I have not listened to this one, I believe. So let's give it a listen.
Yo, it's crazy. Like, ain't nobody wanna come with the new thing, but I just might. Look, yo, okay. What's this 시선들은 내 moving을 따라와. Lead you will go 들여. Yeah, 됐어. 초반에 다 무너진 bar. Here we go up 그 위로 top 벌어터 거길 노려 어서 시작도 안 했지. 틱틱 boom 난 시간이 없지. Go on and on. 시기 좀 더 발을 굴려 점점 뒤로. 시작을 알려 지금부터 don't let you down. Yeah, 다들 전혀 예측하지 못해. No chain, you must come in. 용감해 꺾을수록 빛나도 윙가디 용랩이 오사. 더 해줘 every day 만족할 줄 몰라 난. 누구든 원하는 play 즐기면 더 올라가. 의심 따윈 없이 미친 듯이 걷는 Yo, we don't stop it on top. 내 순간이 start. Trouble. Trouble. Right to me. Yeah, that's right. I'm a little butterfly 물결이 올라. 예상할 수 없는 way you feel like 점점 참숨이 계속 내게 와. 멈출 수 없어. Because my name is Trouble. Yeah, told you before. I mean, much respect. 다들 걱정은 my business. This is busted shit and not silly, silly. I will never break down, black out. 된다고 해도 나 해내거든. 우린 그냥 멋대로 하죠. All the way, way, way up. 그래 가보기도 전에 판단은 never, ever, ever. What you want me to say? On my way, 너도 느낌 온다면 come my way closer. 계획 같은 건 없어져. 너에도 every day 만족할 줄 몰라 난. 찢을 줄 모르는 pace 끝없이 이어가 race. 시간 낭비 없이 미친 듯이 걷는 me. We don't stop it on top. 네 심장이 shine. Trouble.
The chorus is so good. Oh,
Trouble. Look at me. Yeah, that's right. I'm a little butterfly 물결이 놀라. 예상할 수 없는 way you feel like 점점 참숨이 계속 내게 와. 멈출 수 없어. Because my name is Trouble. Play it, 정신없이 shake it, 거침없이 play it. I'm alright. Yeah, slay it. 정신없이 shake it. 거침없이 play it. I'm alright. 나를 따라와. Yeah. I'll be the one 나를 믿어. 이 리듬에 너를 던져. 우리 맞지 않은처럼 움직여, 움직여. We be the one 나를 믿어. 전인의 몸을 던져. 우리만 씹을 것처럼. I'm a little butterfly 물결이 올라. 예상할 수 없는 way you feel like 점점 속도를 더 높여 make it trouble.
all right, very cool. This was Evnne's Trouble. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. A couple comments here. We've got some good ones. Sarah says, my friend makes fun of me so much. Oh, this was the comment from her. My friend makes fun of me so much for the groups I listen to. Like, who the hell is 13 Found, List, and Damon? Those aren't real words. That is true. That is true. I feel fortunate that my girlfriend also listens to K-pop, so I don't have to explain it. So, Cal says, this song. Gunky says, I remember this song, LOL. Sarah says, I love this song so much. Park Hanbin in that pink hat. He's so cute. And Lee Junghyun's crop top cry face. Cal says, my little butterfly. Oh god, not the JYP face. Love to see it. And Sun just says, bring back the crop tops. Sarah says, I forgot which comeback it was, but at one point, even and twice, promotional schedules overlapped. and the cousins did challenges together. It was so sweet. Oh, very nice, very nice. Um, wait, cousins was is there a cousin in Twice? Are Is there a member of Twice and a member of Even that are cousins? I don't know. You have to let me know. Um, Ji Seung Yun Seo is cousins with Neon. Oh, I did not know that. That is cool. That's probably interesting shoes to fill. Certainly. Obviously, it's a guys group, so maybe different shoes, but still shoes. Um, I felt like this was good. I don't feel like I have listened to this one. To my knowledge, I feel like I would have known the song if I had listened to it before. I know we had a bunch of, if my memory serves me correct, I remember we had a ton of Even songs on the wheel. If y'all know the wheel, rip if you know the wheel or not. Um, but I'm pretty sure we had a ton of Even songs on that wheel because it wasn't enough to do a deep dive, and now here we are doing doing Even again. So, very cool, full circle. Um, Also, no pun intended. Um, but I thought this was great. I don't believe that I have had heard this song from Even. But I really love that kind of, I love that sort of just like boombastic beat of the song. And like, it's got a good like electronic element to it that I just enjoy. It just seems like, I mean, I imagine I haven't seen Even. I would like to see them. I don't know if I know that they're coming around here, so maybe I'll have to see if I'm free that day to go check out their music. But this one seems like one of those ones that just seems like it would get the crowd going. You know, like I feel like there's certain songs in K-pop that just have like a live aura to them, and I felt like this one definitely felt like one of those ones that just like you got the speakers blasting, you got everybody in the crowd getting into it. So I felt like this one definitely was one of those ones immediately that I thought I was like, man, this one, if they don't perform this one live, I'd be really surprised. But really love the energy of it. I think the vocals were incredible. The rappers are incredible. I remember that was my commentary early on with Even, but I feel like even more so with their music is just, I think they really know how to. I really know how they can like differentiate kind of between the different moments. Like I feel like the rappers have such um a chokehold over some of the parts of the song that I'm just like, damn, I really like the rappers. But then like you've got some like good like mid range, low tones, like high vocals. Obviously, people that can pop off vocally in this group, and I think they have a good balance of both that I really appreciate, and I think they do teeter those lines really well. Where I'm just like, damn, like they really do entrust a lot of that strength between those two moments. So I think they do a fantastic job in my opinion. I feel like this song is very representative of how good they are vocally, but also how good they are with their rappers as well too. So really great song. Like I said, a little bit familiar with Even already, and for this to be the kind of their first song, I definitely appreciate a lot. So Gunky says the wheel is shame. I mean, yes and no. I think the wheel will come back at some point, but we just have so much to cover that I feel like it was of the time, and well, I don't know. I would like to bring it back at some point. I'll have to figure out a way to input it, but would love to do it again. Sarah says, I checked them out live if you can. My dilemma now is Even and One Pack are back to back days, so I'm grateful to be concert out after that. Hey, let's go. Sun just as being concert out is a good thing. I was gonna say, and Cal says a distant memory. It is and it isn't. Like I said, I would hope to incorporate it more, but I feel like we are beyond that point now of where I would need it. But it'll come, maybe it'll come in the night, you know, at some point. So we'll have to figure it out. But that's a great lineup, Sarah. So I'm not really surprised. So there's a lot of shows. I think next week I'm seeing From Us 9, and then like a week or two later I'm seeing like King Daniel. So I feel like And we've listened to we've done a couple my partner and I have done a couple K-pop shows, so I feel like it's cool. It's definitely a different vibe from a heavy show nonetheless, but still cool. And Sarah says seeing and maybe meeting Hyolyn on Friday. Hey, positive affirmations. That would be sick. And in your birthday month, I feel like we have to put all of our positive juju to you meeting Hyolyn. That would be sick. So all right, the next even song is Ugly, which we should be checking out. So very nice. Jazz says I'm seeing N Flying next week. Hey, have a great time. That's fucking awesome. You're gonna have to send us videos, of course. I expect all of you, if you go to shows, to send videos, but that's awesome. Have a great time, Jazz. But let's check out Ugly.
Watch me. 우린 어딜 가던 좀 시끄러워 Dreaming like a jinx 뭐가 두려워 줄을 맞추기엔 너무 별난 shape 되려다 쳐 제발 me and my whole clique 에러져 질러 더 이상 할 것도 없지 더저 big shot got it so steady 정신은 차릴 때쯤 애매한 액션 우리 편에서 그때 누가 보든 말든 we go crazy 그래 솔직한 이 smile like it
I like the pre-chorus.
Get ugly. Get ugly. I love it. Get ugly. Can't get enough, about to get ugly. Yeah, we slay like la 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 la. Yeah, we slay Don't like to leave or run. Not enough. 진짜 너는 던진 내게 뿌려줘. Let me know it. Let me show it. 지나간 자리엔 다들 knockdown 멈추는 법을 잊어버린 듯이 get the maximum pick your bow 누가 보든 말든 we gon' make it 포기 몰라 ain't no lie you like it I do what I wanna do 바보 같아 보여도 let them know it tonight 겁이라곤 없는데 get ugly get ugly I love it get ugly can't get enough about to get ugly yeah we slay la 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 like la 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 yeah we slay la 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 don't like to leave or run 날 가두던 cage you got every key
Ooh.
I'll be with you
Cool bridge.
the climax 보여줘 네가 직접 두려워 말고 show me what you got let 'em 길을 만들어 우린 yes up yellow and black is as one we don't even care about it 길을 만들어 I'm in danger yes sir I'm ready get ready I'ma get ugly yeah we slay la 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 like la 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 yeah we slay la 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 can't get enough we about to get ugly yeah we slay la 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 wanna make it
This final chorus is wild.
to leave or run not enough 진짜 너는 던진 내게 보여줘 Let me know it let me show it love 완벽하진 않아도 I love yellow days yeah we gonna get so ugly
That ugly riff at the end. Oof, so good. All right. This was Evens Ugly. If you're hanging out for the Boys Planet Part 10 deep dive, we salute you. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. Wow. I do remember listening to this one on I know I keep referencing the wheel, but we did listen to this one on a wheel pick. I remember this. And I enjoyed it back then. I feel like I enjoy it even more now. I think this is just such a fun song. I love the instrumentation. It's really like textured. I know typically that's what typically when I have like songs that are more Sarah coded. I feel that they are a little bit more textured, which is great, you know. But I think this one was so much fun. And it was cool to listen to it again because now I know I'm now able to put some like names to faces and stuff, which is always really incredible. But I felt like this one just had the charisma to it, and I really like it. Like there is definitely some moments where I'm like, wow, I really like the rapping in this section. Like the rapping's incredible. Like the vibes on that song are great, but man, did they say, hey, you're gonna love a lot of the like vocals in this song, and I feel like even more so now, just loving how strong the vocals in Even is. It was just so much fun. I think Sarah pointed out who I like the most, which is Sung he was incredible, especially doing a lot of those like vocal runs and ad libs and stuff. And he was in a good mixture of the song as a whole. But man, he's got some really powerful, great vocals, and I feel like they just have this sort of like emphasis to them, and I really like it. But chorus is super catchy, really fun. Again, very textured, but a great listen. But yeah, this was another one that just has just such a fun vibe to it again as well. So I'll have to again keep my eyes peeled. I know at some point I had the dates saved on my phone for Even, so I'll have to again fingers crossed to see if it's a good vibe for me to go out and see them. So very nice. Sarah also commented on the Hyolyn thing, so I'll circle back. They said my friend's company is touring her, and they invited my bestie and I to come help them film content on the morning of that concert. So maybe we'll be meeting her. Hey, best of luck. Like I said, I'm sending the positive affirmations. That would be absolutely awesome. So I'm sure you'll deserve it. So that's great. Sarah says, this song is such a me song. Sarah says, Yunseo has that crop top and the mullet. Yeah, I was going to say that fit went hard. Sarah also says, maybe I like these looks the best. Hanbin, Yunseo, and Sungwon, look so good. That's true. I feel like all of their fits were tight. So, I appreciate it. They rock the style. So love to see it. But very nice. We're gonna keep it schmoving tonight. We've got Batter Love, which I have not listened to yet, I believe. So excited to check this one out. Let's give it a listen. Oh my god, an iPod. I haven't seen one of those in ages.
목적도 없이 그냥 뱅뱅 몇 시간째 비치는 불빛 잠든 이곳을 유령처럼 나 떠돌고 있잖아 maybe I'm crazy 상관없어 날 수만 있다면 I gotta go baby I want you bad 너를 따라 burn into the night never going back I'ma hit the gas 하나뿐인 way 가로질러 yeah 지나쳐버린 stop sign 넘어야겠어 this time 멈출 수 없는 better love 엉망이 돼도 I'm so fine 너만 있으면 there's better love 가까워지더라 거기 그대로 있어줘 구석있듯이 hold you tight 후회는 없어 even better love 지금 너에게 갈게 I know you're bad right 무시해 red light 두 눈을 감고서 본능을 따라가 I know you're dangerous still about to die yeah 그게 뭐든 I'm so ready girl 놀라워 너의 moves 너의 tone 너의 hope 너의 모든 순간 가득 차있어 어느새 in my head baby I'll let you know 365 oh my god 너만 보이는 걸 Regretting haze riding in the rain 하나뿐인 way 가로질러. 지나쳐버린 stop sign 넘어야겠어 this time 멈출 수 없는 better love 엉망이 돼도 I'm so fine 너만 있으면 there's better love 잊지 못해 널 처음 본 순간 눈이 말 정도로 You're shining bright don't push me away from you
Great bridge. Wow.
지나쳐버린 stop sign 다른 건 못 봐 I'm blind 널 망가뜨린 better love 엉망이 돼도 it's alright 너만 있으면 there's better love 가까워지는 light 영원히 나를 비춰줘 부서진 듯이 hold me tight 후회는 없어 even better love
Love that little acapella section. That was cool. I was not expecting that acapella section. That was nice. That was cool. All right, this was Evnne's Batter Love. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. I enjoyed this one. I feel like if my memory serves me correct, I really liked Sungun in Boys Planet earlier on. So I now can notice his voice in a lot of these tracks. I'm like, shit. I'm like, I remember liking him a lot, and I still do. So, cool to see his. I again, I didn't know him prior to this when we were doing even earlier on. So now I can appreciate his vocals that much more. But this was nice. This was definitely a different change of pace, from what I've heard from Evnne. So, you know, I like the kind of more. I don't know how to describe. I guess it's like more of a like pop rock sort of sound to them, but I enjoyed it. I think this was good. I think the chorus is definitely super memorable. It's got a good hook to it. Every time I hear like "Better Love," I'm just thinking of like that, the way that they're kind of stylizing it. So definitely appreciate that a lot. That's probably gonna be stuck in my head in terms of the chorus aspect of the song. I like the serenity of the bridge. I will feel like the instrumentation a little bit, you know, like I won't harp too badly on it because it didn't take out my immersion terribly. But I'm not really a big fan of the stops in MV. Though I feel like this one was a little bit, you know, I didn't think this one was as egregious as some that I've heard before. So I definitely appreciate kind of the more somberness of it. I think that the one thing I would have liked more of, I know that they did do like that acapella, like part of section of the chorus. I would have loved to have them extended another bar or two. I think that would have been really cool. I understand it would extend the song a little bit longer, which I feel like people wouldn't be complaining about, certainly. But I think it would have just kind of made the song seem a little bit more full circle. And it feels like it's a little bit like it's thrown in there just as like a cool piece to the song. I think if it was like another bar longer, I think it would have made it have more of an impact to the track. And then if you wanted to end on kind of like a bigger note at the end of the song, I think it would have, again, made a larger impact to the track as a collective. But I enjoyed this a lot. This was not like what I would have typically expected from Evnne to do, but I think what they were able to do with the song is great. And I think if anything, it highlighted how good the vocalists are in Evnne. So definitely appreciate this song for what it is. And I definitely would say it's one of their stronger songs, without a doubt. Connie says this MV is so pretty, and also followed that up and said, I think this is my favorite song from them. Very nice. Someone just says nice harmonies. I agree. Sarah says Evnne loves a crop top. I did notice they do wear a lot of crop tops, which, I mean, hey, kudos to them. But very nice. The next one is Keshiki. Let's check that out. Hopefully I pronunciated that correctly. Huh. This is giving OST, like for a drama. Interesting.
をかけて止まることのない夢を見ていた今思考回路なんて追い越していくんだ結局忘れられないよ空の下見上げれば自由に浮かんでいた景色をもっと運命へ照らせ
Love that vocal bed. Nice.
君のもとへ夜明けはすぐ目の前何十回何百回描いていた幼いままでずっと焼き付いた景色をいつか僕が
Wow.
後悔
They switched up this bridge.
想像以上遥か先へと見とれた明日へ進め君のもとへ夜明けはすぐ目の前何十回何百回描いていた幼いままでずっと焼き付いた景色を今この景色を
Aw. All right, this was Evnne and their song Keshiki. Very nice, very nice. I feel like they continue to surprise me because Batter Love, I was just like, this isn't the type of song that I would expect Evnne to do. And I don't want to feel like I'm a broken record, but I feel like this is a song that I wouldn't expect Evnne to do either. So I was also floored by this track. I feel like if I was to make any kind of comparison to this track, it kind of gives like OST, like, you know, like typical, like, you know, for like a TV show, right? Like there's a little bit more energy to it. Obviously, this one is just like very upbeat, very in your face, but it does kind of give me some OST vibes, which is not a bad thing. I do like a lot of good. There's a lot of fantastic OST music in K-pop, so I would gladly add this song to the pantheons of those songs because it was so bright, it was so upbeat, it was so much fun. I love that you got to see a little bit of a glimpse of like their humor and like their personality. Like I know this seems a little bit jaded to say to some degree, but like I feel like it's the humanality that you get to see in them because I feel like sometimes like there is this level of like, you know, you put these people on pedestals to some degree. I mean, there's probably some people even more so to a degree. But I think there is this like human element of this MV that I really appreciate. And it's just like them just, you know, obviously doing something, but feels very personal and personable. So I definitely like that. I also think that the instrumentation was incredible. I loved a lot of the like horn sections in the song. I thought that was great. I think it matches up well with like the piano work in this. The pianist went crazy on the song too. I love like the like more like indie rock, indie like maybe like indie-ish style guitar work with like just a little bit of distortion. That was fun. The drumming was fun. Like the bass work was incredible as well too. So salutes to whoever did the instrumentation. They really worked their ass off on that song. So great stuff there. But I feel like at some roads, I feel like it was kind of competing with the vocals. Like I'm such a instrumental head, and I love instruments, like instrumental parts of the song that I'm like, oh, I really like the instrumentation, but then I'm like, oh, the vocals are really good in this section, and I'm like, but then I'm like, wow, the horn section in the chorus is incredible, and like, but then I'm like, wow, that vocal bend part was cool too. So I feel like they were competing for the attention a little bit. I would say that's like for better or for worse, certainly, of the song. I don't think it's a bad thing, but obviously I'm coming here to listen to the talent, certainly vocally. So I feel like there is just a little bit of competing here and there for it. But beyond that, enjoyed the song. Not what I expect to Evnne to do by any stretch, but I'm glad that it is a part of their discography because It was great. So let's see some comments here. Sarah says that was very cute. Sarah says even said never let them know your next move. That is true. That is true. And Gungi said this song definitely felt like an OST song. That might be why it's my favorite song by them so far. That I feel like that would explain a lot. So I'm also not surprised. Also not surprised by that as well, Gungi. But very nice. We shall keep it schmovin'. We've got Hot Mess, which is next, and I believe I have listened to this one. So let's give it another listen.
생각보다 더 큰일 날 것 같아 불러 911 yeah, 기절할 것만 같아 숨이 너무 가빠 Gonna kill me now 그래 네가 이겼으니까 please got me 히비지비 쏠린 듯이 자꾸 끌려 네가 뭔데 왜 하루 종일 난 바보처럼 널 기다려 I want it I'm a mess 더는 못 참겠어 I'm a mess 바보처럼 gotta crush 잔이 쏟아놓은 너 왜 굳이 서는 너 Cause I'm a hot mess I love it I'm a mess I'm a mess I'm a mess I'm a mess 자 준비 set and go 기다려 네 hot mess sweetie 발걸음이 둠칫 so wavy 빠르게 느리게 다시 groovy 흥을 대라라 다시 blah blah 고장이 났어 또 롤러코스터 spin around round round 너와 내고 golden hot 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 땀이 히비지비 쏠린 듯이 찌릿찌릿 간지럽혀 왜 I'm running now 거기 그대로 기다려 Just give me more baby Woo. I'm a mess 더는 못 참겠어 I'm a mess 바보처럼 gotta crush 잔이 쏟아놓은 너 왜 굳이 서는 너 Cause I'm a hot mess Baby be my hot mess 최면에 걸린 듯이 can't
Oh
control
man, this is coming
네
back.
모습이 밤새 아른거려 Yeah you know it 다 망가져도 you I'm a mess 같이 가겠어 I'm a mess 무슨 방법이든 나 문제는 99 나 이거 crazy 난리나 I know it's my bad Baby I love it I'm a mess I'm a mess I'm a mess I'm a mess I like that don't you like that Baby I like that I'm a mess I'm a mess I'm a mess 아 진짜 set and go Won't you be my hot mess sweetie
I'm pretty. I do remember this one. I'm pretty sure I stopped at the the cherry face. Yeah, this is it. It's all coming back now. I remember having hella PTSD about this this section here. Oh my god. I feel like I should. Honestly, I feel like I should use this as a as a GIF or something. I'll have to go back and look up this section now when I go to add more stuff into Twitch for members and stuff. Oh my god. Anyway, I do remember this song. Sarah says you have there is one specific scene here you probably remember, and it was this one. Yeah, as soon as I saw the cherry, I was like, fuck. I was like, I remember this song. I'll be honest, I don't remember. I remember harping on this section a ton just because I thought it was funny, but I don't remember if I felt positively or negatively about the song. And listening to it again, I feel like it's a solid song. You know what it kind of reminds me of, and maybe this might, this may or may not potentially hurt the song or positively like the song. I feel like in some parts, just because of the way that like the like whistle sounds and like some of the ways that like maybe like the vocals and the melody choice is kind of stylized. I feel like I can kind of draw similar comparisons to that of Baby Monster's Hot Sauce. Like it's kind of got that like that very like whistle heavy, like very major key, like bright, bubbly sort of chorus to it. And certain aspects of that song I felt like translated to this song, and that's like I said, that doesn't affect my love for Even, and it also doesn't affect my love for Baby Monster either. But I was like, man, I was listening to this song and I was like, there's definitely some elements where I was like, I could draw some comparison, not complete, but definitely some moments where I was like, oh, that sounds familiar. I think the vocals in this song definitely stood out a lot more than the last time. I think, again, just because my familiarity with Even now and more of the members in terms of the Boys Planet deep dives we've been through, it just seems like it seems more cohesive. Like this song definitely has better hooks than I remember it having. I really did enjoy the chorus of this song much more than I felt like I did the last time. It's just very catchy. I feel like they, regardless if they're doing the really EDM heavy stuff, but I felt that I felt like that this just kind of solidifies that even if I feel like the song particularly isn't an Even song, I almost inherently feel like they deliver what they can to make the song as best as they possibly can. And I felt like this was definitely the case with this song, where I was like, I still feel like it is not my favorite Even song, but I will say that like every time they come into a track, I'm just like, they're giving that 110%. And this one, you know, despite the sound that I feel like I associate them with, I still feel like the song is a really good one. Is it my favorite Even song? Not really, but I feel like there are some moments that and vocal and rapping moments of the song that I really like. So, you know, I don't think it is a bad song by any stretch. So, let's see. Kala says iconic. Gunky says that creepy cherry again. Sarah says not my favorite, but still very good. I agree. And Sonja says, yes, I could hear the similarities with Hot Sauce. Okay, perfect. I'm glad I wasn't the only one. I know that song comes up on my feed every once in a while. I was like, I know people either are not really a fan of that song potentially, but I don't think it's like that bad. If anything, I know it's inherently catchy. So I feel like it's not a bad thing. But hey, that's my prerogative. But very nice. We will listen to the last Even song, which I have not listened to yet. This was, I think, the last one we stopped on. And this one is How Can I Do? So I have not listened to this one yet, but I'm excited. Let's give it a spin. Oh, it just came out. Awesome. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, alright. How can I do? 이건 마치 저는 anecdote, but I don't get 네 이상한 더 out of her cipher. How can I feel? 이젠 알고 싶어 많은 걸. You gotta copy 못해 I'm so one of kind, so tight. 이거는 마치 내게 wake up from the lullaby. It's gonna be all mine.
Okay.
이건 마치 music style, yeah. Do your best, oh yeah. If I'm the one that I can do anything for you, baby. They wanna talk about 이건 미리 포기, baby. 만약 네가 원한다면 what you want from me? How can I do? How can I feel it? How can I do for feeling love? How can I do? How can I feel it like so I can make you mine? How can I do? How can I feel it? How can I do for feeling hurt? Yeah, look at my feeling it. Yeah, I feel like I can make you mine. Hey. How can I do? 뭐든 원해도 난 상관없어. 어차피 달라서 I can do it for you always. I can do this all day. 너가 벌어들자. 뜨끈한 love type to me like. 죽이는 hot, 구린 건 참. Look at me like, 내게는 있어 네가 원하는 모든 걸 다 so I can bring you to the brand new world 네가 느끼는 이미 moving on like another one It's gonna be
Great second verse.
이거 멋진 music style yeah Do your best oh yeah if I'm the one that I can do anything for you babe ready They wanna talk about 이건 미리 포기 baby 만약 네가 원한다면 What you want from me How can I do How can I feel it How can I do for feeling love How can I do How can I feel it Like so I can make you mine How can I do How can I feel it How can I do for feeling hard Yeah Look at my feeling it Yeah Like I can make you mine Hey see okay oh my out of my control I just wanna like you 원한다면 hate this 해봐 if you So I can serve it right groove 내게 맞춰 dance on my feel oh dance on the beat like I just wanna like you 원한다면 hate me 알아 if you So I can serve it right groove 내 rhythm What you want from me How can I do How can I feel it How can I do for feeling love How can I do How can I feel it like so I can make you mine How can I do How can I feel it How can I do for feeling hard Yeah Look at my feeling it yeah Feel like I can make you mine
All right. Very interesting. Very interesting. This was Evens. How can I do? If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. I thought this was very interesting. I'll give my thoughts on this. I feel that I will probably have to give this one another listen. I enjoyed my first go through of this song. I didn't know what to expect. I feel like the sentiment that Sarah made earlier about you'll never know Even's next move. I feel like I couldn't be more. Sarah could have been more right on that. But I feel like they always bring some different energy to each release, and I feel like that's typical of, I would say, a lot of groups now, where I feel like all of their comebacks have been uniquely different. But I like kind of the more, I guess, chill, subdued version of Even, though I find it insane because like some of the first couple songs that they had were just like more high energy, more intense, and I feel like this one is kind of like, it's definitely more of a vibe. Like the choreography, I think, stood out to me a little bit more in this song, just because of, like, again, because some of the moments of the song just have a little bit of an open-endedness to it. So I think the choreo shined a lot more in this track and in this video. I would say my favorite part by a landslide was definitely the second verse. I think the rap section in that song was just really, really well put together. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I feel like the rap members of Even are incredible, and I felt like their delivery in that second verse was just unmatched. So I really like that. The chorus is catchy. I will say at first listen, I was like, is this gonna really have that sort of hook on me that I feel like, choruses should have? And I think it's a slow burn. Definitely when I got to the second chorus, I was like, ooh, I'm feeling this one a little bit more. And then the third chorus, I was like, okay, I'm feeling this one a little bit more. So I imagine the building of that song will kind of grow on me a little bit more. I liked a lot of the vocals in this, though I feel like that's maybe, I feel like the vocals weren't as crazy. I think, if anything, I was kind of expecting them to do maybe like a little bit more of a pop-off moment in the final chorus. I thought there would have been some cool like vocal riffing, like just playing off that kind of like jazz tonality. I think they could have really just sold it home with some like really cool like vocal runs or like harmonies or ad-libs or something like that. I think it would have made it just like, it would have just crushed that part of the song, and I think it would have definitely elevated it for me, in my opinion. But yeah, overall, I felt like this was a very solid song. I was just kind of expecting a little more, if I'm being frank. I felt like there was maybe some sounds left on the table, and I was kind of hoping that they would have. I thought they would have put a little bit extra in. I think it was just missing a little bit of pizzazz, but that's about it. I didn't think it was a bad song. I feel like all of the Even stuff we've listened to has been really solid. I just would have liked it to just been just a smidge more. I think they could have given me a smidge more, and that's okay. That's all right. But let's see. Sarah says this one just came out in 2 weeks ago. Okay, very nice. It looks like people were vibing with the chill vibe, so we love to see it. But very nice. I think we're circling back to Chen Yugeng Zhang last, since ONLEE the GOAT had found it. So I'll have to, Sarah, if you want to send those over link wise, then I'll check them out. But yeah, I guess I can run through some of my favorites real quick from what I've liked tonight. I think in terms of Evnne's music, I do think I had listened to Trouble, actually. Either that or maybe I'm confusing it with another group, but I felt I was vibing with them. For ONLEE, I liked all of his music. That's going to be a hard one. I probably say my favorite was either Back Hug or Be With You. I thought that was great. Levy, I probably would say AI Bay was probably my favorite. OPENsi, I don't know if I particularly had a favorite. A Little Love was, I think if A Little Love was had like a little bit better mixing, then I'd probably say that one, but I did enjoy this song a lot. I think it was like Why Am I Sad? That was good. The PH1 Keita song was incredible. And then for Shuaibo, I probably would say the more like second gen song, I probably would say was my favorite of his three. So okay. Sarah says oh yeah, there's 9 songs on the channel, but we can't do all of them, so I'll send you the channel link and you pick whatever songs you want. Okay, cool. Thank you, Sarah. And also thank you, ONLEE, for getting that for us. Ooh, okay. We'll do, I think the ones that were on the, Sarah can help me out with this. I think the ones that were on the video were Fifth, right? Or Filth? No, it's not Filth because L would be there. FITH. And then I think Emotional was the other one. Am I right? Emotional. Okay, so we'll do those 3. We'll do Wake Up Call, Emotional, and we'll do FITH first. Let's check that one out.
Pyromanias, yeah. Pyromanias, yeah. Fire in the hole, fire in the hole, fire in the woo. Name it complex, matter what you are, bring the nut chest, kicking out the dot, 像是放飞，100 be the one, lion become the plus. Pyromanias, 不变的令你装什么 ？Pyromanias， 错了还是要 be strong. Pyromanias， 白的新闻老掉牙 ，We rock this town. Walk through the dash, show me you that's the passage. Together in another we passion, thing that could never imagine. 这立体的画，诠释着心意的话。Taking control, it's about to explode. Come on, let's go. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. 照顾着坚持我的国度。Boom boom boom yeah. Hey， 落幕一起变数。Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. 让的舰队来就是懦弱，不懂得赞美是人数够够，别用虚伪包装是为不够的发言。我的作为也受万人敬畏，太认怂，就算安慰。Pyromanias， 被挑衅就出手不退，把流言都击溃，伪善的失控的都作废。Walk through the dash, that's the passage. Together in another we passion, thing that could never imagine. 重述着立体的画，诠释着心意的话。Taking control, it's about to explode. Come on, let's go. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. brother will carry the curse. If one love for we hear the curse.
Cool bridge.
Feel the smoke in my life. Take them all the walls. Like
Ooh. All right. Cool. This was Chen Yugeng and their song Fire in the Hole. Very nice. I thought this is cool. Definitely pulling that like big bombastic sort of feel to it. I like that. And I feel like the teaser did a good job of kind of representing how dynamic this song is, so I appreciate that. He's got a unique vocal tone. Like I like that, like his rap tone, like at least in this song, is different than his vocal tone. There's like a lot of cool like vocal layering going on throughout the song, and while it is only one voice, I feel like they did a great job of mixing it up and keeping it interesting. I like the production. I think at some parts at some parts I feel like it was a little rough, but I'm not going to hold anything to Chen at all. I feel like he definitely did what he could in terms of the production stylization, but I think it could have been tailored a little bit more, but I didn't think it was terrible. But yeah, I think this is a good song. Like I think he obviously is very capable of doing both. And you know, I liked seeing like kind of like a more higher energetic sort of song from him. So I think this was a great great song to listen to from him. I'm glad we were actually able to listen to his music tonight. So this was really cool. I enjoyed this one. So Sarah says, oh, this one is cool, and Uni with the dancing dinos. Let's go. All right. We will check out I guess we'll do emotional next, and we'll do wake up call last, since that seems to be the most current video here. So let's check it out.
Love gonna feel what really I say. Love gonna feel sweet how I love it. Love gonna feel sweet in everything. Emotional. People you can learn for past the stage. Call me when you need, give you everything. Do what you needed here for the change.
Wow.
Out in the moonlight. Can I get a lifeline?
This is so full. Holy shit. Okay.
I'll be cool like. Let me get it one time. I was in the moonlight. Can I get a lifeline? I'll be cool like. Let me get it one time. One time. I don't pay to pay the love it. I ain't doing shit for paper. I don't diamonds like the fresh. She sent me on the beat for the growing summer again. I don't even go your gas, then the fight for the yeah. Yes, I'm doing shit for me, what you mean? Yes, I'm doing shit for me.
That beat session is cool. Wow.
Yes, I'm doing shit for me, what you mean? What you mean? We see the same thing, the trend 效果立竿见影，没谱可以从你往上爬，又不想要的风景库，我的逻辑可以从零给到七吧 ，maybe who can stand here and talk about performance? I was gone. Call me even way too south to the east. 闻着香味一直在梦里，即使方向一直往左偏移，望着目光不会太费力。说是靠近你的巴士，全部停了很久。I got it from
way to roll. Ladies, I'm no road show， 像是地平线的肉，我不会平稳简陋。I need someone to pro, I need music to slow。Call me even way too south to the east， 闻香味一直在梦里，即使方向一直往左偏移，我的目光不会太费力。Yes, I'm totally sure from where what you mean. Yes, I'm totally sure from where what you mean. Yes, I'm totally sure from where what you mean. What you mean? Yes, I'm totally sure from where what you mean. Yes, I'm totally sure from where what you mean. Yes, I'm totally sure from where what you mean. What you mean?
Wow. Okay. This is Chen, Yugeng, and their song "Emotional." Ooh, this is very interesting. This was a unique one. I probably will go back and give this one a listen again. Though I appreciate kind of the changeovers in the song. I thought that was unique. The initial beat of the song and then changing it up again, like maybe about a quarter, maybe three, maybe like maybe halfway through, just about halfway through the song. I thought that was an interesting, like, I think that's an interesting choice, right? It wouldn't have been my first thought, but I think it was a very unique choice, and I gotta give them credit for doing that. The flow, his rapping flow, I thought was pretty solid. I'm a little surprised about this one. I like I said, I didn't think it was terrible. I just feel like kind of like, you know, I just didn't know what to expect from this. So I will say, like, in terms of my perspective, I thought this is a solid song. Is it for me particularly? I probably isn't. You know, it probably isn't for me. But there's maybe some people out there that might enjoy it more than I will. So that's not to say that it's a bad song. It just maybe isn't my cup of tea, and that's totally fine to be okay with. So some comments here. Let's see. Everyone's saying, oh, wow, oh. Sonia says, love the beat. Sarah says, this song was an experience. Jazz says, interesting. Uni says, what's wild is the other than this fan YouTube channel, I couldn't find his music basically anywhere. It just doesn't exist. And I was looking for like an hour. Holy shit. Well, appreciate the dedication, Uni. Thanks for finding it for us. But wow, this has been interesting. I wonder what the meaning is behind that, but well, I'm sure it's interesting. But we are moving along. We're doing Wake Up Call as the final track here from Chen Yugeng. Let's check it out, see what it is.
在凌晨3点钟从睡梦中惊醒，站在镜子前我问我是否清醒，学不会既定的未来，只懂忠于自己。我踏过荆棘，也怀疑眼光，尽情继续。年少会懵懂，低下头却不是胆怯，偶尔也困惑，但相信过程才是一切。没熄灭，是心里属于艺术的火种，哪怕路途艰险，我拼到终点赢了体面。潜心修炼，打破规则。Wake up call， 所有迷失灵魂，你的 Wake up call， 一时放弃各自，为了 Wake up call， 唤起你的使命，你的 Wake up call。所以困难从来不会当成借口，证明这些不是做梦，成为我的理由。理想是奢侈品，但也有人忘了带走，跟着我的速度一直走。Wake up call。
Whoa。Wow.
Believe in the day that everything will finally pay off. Impossible bounce, washing my blood to new brown. Legendary's name, make it smile when the screen goes. Step by step, I will find it's an icon. Listen to the inner voice that always drive me game on. 我握紧的拳头，真正信仰的山前揭开，黎明序幕再次冲破黑夜。潜心修炼，打破规则。Wake up call， 所有迷失灵魂，你的 wake up call， 意识放进歌词，为了 wake up call， 唤醒你的使命，你的 wake up call。所以困难从来不会当成借口，证明这些不是做梦，成为我的理由。理想是奢侈品，但也有人忘了带走，跟着我的速度一直走。Wake up
Jesus Christ.
call，this is the wake up call。Wake up call, step by step, I will fight as a icon. Listen to the inner voice that always tries to wake up call. Step by step, I will fight as a icon. Listen to the inner voice that always try me get low. 这感觉无需等指令，把意识放进歌词，仪式正在举行。我真实的目光正视着前行的梦想，打败多少人，迷失多少灵魂。可这条路我依然坚定不移走，目标在 far away， 所有困难不是借口。Till got a treasure， 跟着我的速度一直走。
All right, very very interesting. This is Chen Yugeng, and their song "Wake Up Call." Very very interesting. I think that's probably about the most that I could say about this. Interesting. I'm just so intrigued, if anything. Some comments here. Sarah says, "I'm glad Uni could find it. I was wondering if it's more widely available in China and just isn't published outside of there." Uni says, "That's my guess. I might have found a QQ link for the EP, but couldn't find access to it, even though excuse me, I can't even speak to that. I couldn't access it to even see what was there." And Sarah says, "I'm having some feelings of sort." And Sarah says, "Why Kenny harassing Aito on the oh boy. Oh, this one. It looks like my favorite one verse moments because they are debuting next week." So we're in the Nugu Nugu land. This was very interesting. I feel like I could speak collectively for Chen Yugeng. For me, this is a very interesting set of songs, and obviously we listened to the ones that were the teaser trailers. So I wanted to listen to those because I had a familiarity with them already. I felt like "Wake Up Call" is probably the one that I liked the most out of all of them. I feel like there definitely could have used some. I feel like the mixing on it could have definitely been done more specifically. I think for this last song, I liked the dynamics of that really razory wall of sound, like synth break in the song. I just think it's just I think like it just pitched really high. Like the song like seems a little bit like a little too distorted, and so I feel like it kind of comes across as like this really distorted ball of sound, and I kind of wish it was tuned down just a smidge to still retain a lot of the dynamics of that section of the song, but I still feel like would have had the same impact to the track. I think that would have made the song interesting. I liked the way that the vocals were in this song. I think probably my favorite of the three. I also liked that they kind of made it seem darker. I loved like the minor tonalities of it. They also pitched his vocals down to kind of give him like a more like devilish, demonic sort of like sound to his voice, and I always find that very appealing or very interesting to me. Just because I feel like if you're going in the dark route, you might as well just play into that sort of stylization. So I definitely like that. And it obviously gives more of a darker tonality to the title of the song, "Wake Up Call." So I think it threefold kind of hits on that front. But yeah, I like this one probably the most. I will say, at least for me, I feel like similarly to Uni, like not playlist worthy in my opinion as well, but I love the experimentation. The instrumentation was fun too. Like it isn't the like cut and dry, which you would expect. And so I think that in that aspect, I like that, and that it is something different from from what I've listened to tonight. I think as an artist, you have to take the risk, and obviously some risk payoff, over others. But I didn't think it was that bad. I think it was a good listen. Glad we had the opportunity to actually listen to his music. But I feel like overall, Wake Up Call will probably be my favorite of the three. The other two definitely were a little bit less my speed, but I felt like this one was definitely one of those ones I was like, ooh, I feel like if this was just dialed in a little bit more, I think I could have listened to this one again and potentially made it a playlist worthy song. But there's some moments where I was like, this is definitely coming on a little strong, but very nice. Shout outs to Sarah again. I know we have, I think, 4 more playlists to go through, so we'll be carrying this over into till probably most of September. So that's crazy. Literally the longest endeavor I've done so far. This eclipses BTS month, and also I guess it would, because BTS, I think we had a lot, but this seems like a much larger vibe here. But Sarah says, okay, come back next week for TOZ. Very nice. Jay Chung, DD, Ampersand 1, and 1Pack. Ooh, somebody had recommended 1Pack, so I'm glad we're finally going to be getting into 1Pack. I know someone in chat was like, oh my God, I hope you guys get into 1Pack. So if you are watching this has already happened, but we are covering 1Pack, so I'll have to answer your comment of actually doing 1Pack. But I did see someone mention it, and I was like, I know we are doing it if we haven't already done it yet. So stoked, very stoked, very stoked. Let's see. I feel like I missed some comments here. Oh, Jazz says, oh, the Ampies. Yeah, excited. Gunky says, we've only done a few weeks. It's been more than a few weeks, because I think we started it end of May. So we've been doing it for the entire summer. So that was true. We did say it was Boys Planet Summer, so that makes sense. Sarah says, my Ampies, they're about to tour with P1. Let's go. Andy says, love 1Pack. Let's go. Sarah says, 1Pack are great. You'll love them. Nice. Sarah says, TOZ, my beloveds. I don't think they exist anymore. Harito is back to being a diva in Seoul. Let's go. Kaylee says, BP Summer. He says, 1Pack is better. Oh, God. Who let the Ajashi out? No, King. Love to see it. Very excited. Appreciate all the work Sarah puts into these. These are incredible tasks. So very nice. Monday, I guess I'll leave it up to chat. You have any suggestions? Anything you would like to pitch to me? It is the time. I don't know. Like I said, if Sarah would like to give up a Wednesday, then we might do Connie's live thing for CN Blue. We could do CN Blue Monday. If you have any other suggestions, now is the time to tell me. If there's a group you would like to do that we feel like we should do, then we could do that. Gungi says, you know what we haven't done in a while? Oh, God. Chaos stream? We haven't done a chaos stream in ages, if that's what you're thinking. Let's see. Yeah. I already saw the future on that one. Someone just says, way to go, Sarah. I agree. Sarah also said, or someone just said, way to go, Sarah. And then Sarah said, oh, yeah, that's fine if Connie wants next Wednesday. Gungi says, chaos. Yeah, I saw that one. Uni says, down for some chaos. Connie says, oh, yeah, next Wednesday is all right. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure you're here. So if Wednesdays are better for you, then let me know /chat in Discord or whatever. But I will throw chaos. I haven't done in a while, actually. I haven't done a poll. So I will do a poll on Discord. If you're watching this on Twitch, come to Discord. I'm going to do a poll there. So pick what you would like to do, and we will do that. I I know we will be doing Saturday streams in the future. My would love to do that. We've just been busy. It's been a busy summer. I try to get out and smell the roses and touch grass. Um, so yeah. So hopefully fall time will be back to some sense of normalcy, but that's the vibe. So hopefully fall time / after Labor Day, I'll be back to doing the weekend streams and stuff. So we'll hopefully be caught up on new shit. But yeah, so we will do in a poll. I had to run because I should go to sleep. But it was a pleasure, y'all. Again, Sarah, much love. Everyone in chat and on comments, make sure you show some love to Sarah. They're incredible and obviously do a great job on this thing. So pleasure, y'all. Peace.